All right, everybody. Welcome to the NorCal Sports Network, where tonight we're joined by Jeff Young from around the Foghorn. And boy, what a day, Eric, Jeff. It's been an interesting day in Giants land with some, more,
questionable moves,
more anemic offense. It's just getting to be to the point where it reminds me of 2017 when they got down 1-2-0. You just kind of felt like the game was over. And I kind of felt that way even when it was 1-0 today. I was like, I just don't see them. I know they weren't going to hold Tampa Bay to 1. And Giants don't seem to get much more than 1 or 2. Their run today comes in on a bases loaded walk. They cannot score with runners in scoring position. I just read a stat today. I don't know if you saw this, Jeff. Somebody on Twitter posted that the Giants set a Major League Baseball record all the way back to 1899 was it the Pittsburgh Alleghenies or somebody like that? They went 24 straight games without scoring a run with a hit with runners in scoring position. You think about it. Even Bailey's home run was not a hit with runners in scoring position to walk off Sunday afternoon's game. They're not getting timely hits with runners at second and third or whatever, or somebody in scoring position, which is second base. So it's unbelievable. But anyway, before I keep going, welcome, Jeff. Tell us about what's going on from your perspective with this Giants ball club right now.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again, guys.
Yes.
Dan, before I even get started, how do you pronounce your last name?
Mine is Coach Emilio. So
Coach Emilio. Okay, that's good. It's
a lot of people just call me Coach.
That wasn't going to be my first Coach. We'll go with Coach. That wasn't going to be my first guess for pronunciation, but
yes,
I thought I'd ask because it's a long last name.
And I'm sitting on my couch here. If you're wondering why I'm not in my studio with my background, I had back surgery a week ago Thursday, so I'm like I'm feeling pretty good though, but it's just I can't stand up for too long, otherwise it just gets too painful. So
sure, yeah, I'm just I don't know if you could tell, I turned the light off in the background because like the light is right
gives
above
you
my head, which
sometimes
makes it seem like I have really good ideas, but I don't. So I turned the light off.
Very good. We see you good. We see you're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What's your? I mean, I love your analysis on Twitter and your breakdowns and some of the things that you're doing and telling us about what's happening at each level in the minors for the Giants prospects. But what do you think about the big club? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I'm sure that stat that you just mentioned about them not getting a hit with runners in scoring position. I mean, it sounds like it's true, right? I mean, we've all been watching this same team. It's kind of I don't want to chalk anything up as bad luck, but man, there are some instances where it's like, man, the Giants just can't catch a break. They can't catch, get a rally going with a bloop hit and a CNI single. I mean, I think a couple of nights ago, the contrast in style in terms of offensive production was pretty stark because like you had the Rays who didn't really hit the ball any better than the Giants did on Monday, I think it was, but they just put the ball in play
right
with runners in scoring position. And I don't know if they were doing this intentionally, but they were hitting against the shift. Like they hit ground balls to second base that where the second baseman typically plays, but because they had shifted, every team does some version of the shift when a righty and lefty, whether it's a righty or lefty at the plate. So I don't think it's the shift itself. It's the fact that, the hitter had good enough back control to be able to just, sneak a ball through the right side of the infield. And they did that multiple times. And it just it made me think that they just saw a hole. They know the Giants are a pitch to contact type of team. They're not high strikeout guys. And, what happens with that is, you kind of have that bat big luck or the magic Wandu where, you just put a ball playing, it finds holes. So the Giants are just not getting that break right now, and I don't know if they're hitting well enough to really deserve the break. But it's pretty shocking how rough they've been with runners in scoring position over the past 24 games apparently.
Yeah, it's getting to the point that it's been going on for about 50, close to 40 games or so, I think, or wasn't it right? Or their last big run was during that win streak, and they pounded the Dodgers 15-0, and then we were all thinking, "Oh my goodness, this is a team to be reckoned with." This looks like a potential playoff team and that can do damage in the playoffs. And then all of a sudden the bats went dead, and now they only have 2 starting pitchers. And
it went dead right in the middle of that road trip. Remember, they swept the Pirates. They took the first 2 from Cincinnati. And then right in the middle of that Cincinnati series, it just was a power dump. And it's bad. It just
went bad. They lost the remaining 6 on the road trip, but then they come home and they win 7 of 9. I think that's what they did. Right. And then they go on the road and they're losing again. They've lost 10 of 11 on the road, and now they have their probably toughest 6 games in a row on the road they'll face maybe all season. And they're facing Spencer Strider on Friday night and Max Fried on Sunday. And
not going to be easy.
Saturday, it looks like they got a decent shot there with Webb going against Chineros or whoever it is. But my goodness, it's hard to watch. It really is. I mean, I've been a fan for 54 years following this team, and I got to tell you, I was more excited to watch some of the teams in the mid-'70s that had no chance. At least they had young guys that were, they had the Maddox and Herndon and Gary Matthews and then Jack Clark a couple years behind him. And I watched all those guys. At least they had some excitement. The prospects were coming up and they weren't platooning them. I mean, this platoon stuff with guys that really, I said the other night, and I don't have any facts on it, but I kind of wondered, like take the top 25 hitters in baseball and then just take the guys that are the Giants that are platooned and just take their stats that are only in platoon advantages. And I bet you their averages aren't even as high as the guys that are hitting,
no matter who the pitcher is,
whoever the pitcher is, even against their own, right versus right. I mean,
Dan, you bring up something great that Jeff has been hitting on his Twitter. I've been following your Twitter, Jeff, and you really have been going on this whole platoon thing. You understand, the strength of the Giants is the pitching, but this platoon stuff, it's just not working. And the only one to really blame is Farhan. He's going out there signing these guys who have some injury history. They're probably going to get hurt. They're on the wrong side of 30, and now you're relegated to have to continue this idea of platooning. Now, I'm not saying that all platooning is bad, but when it's almost like your foundational piece of how you're building a roster, it just doesn't seem like it's going to work.
Yeah, I think conceptually the idea behind a platoon is putting a hitter in the best position to succeed. I mean, that's the concept behind it. And the Giants are obviously the most aggressive team. I'm making an assumption that they're the most aggressive team. Although the Red Sox seem oddly aggressive with platoon advantages as well, and maybe even the Rays are doing something similar. But the platoons can work, but man, and it feels like they're working. I mean, I don't know exactly what the platoon numbers say recently. I'm just looking at from the macro level of how the lineup is performing. But earlier in the year, the Giants had one of the best numbers against right-handed pitching, and it's just been the numbers against left-handed pitching, the righty-lefty matchup that's been the hardest to kind of put together, and that's a tough part of the platoon matchup because those righties, Austin Slater is a perfect example of this. as good as he is against lefties, I mean, there's going to be times where the playing time and the at-bats can be sporadic because you just don't face lefties every day, and there's not always an opportunity to do so. So, I mean, the platoons can work. It's just a little shocking that that the lineup has gone cold all at once. I'm not sure if there's likely no connection to this, but it felt like, when Mitch Haniger or maybe Thairo Estrada, but when both Haniger and Thairo Estrada went down, it felt like that really, there was like almost a sharp decline in offensive production after that. That's not related to platoons or anything, but a guy like Haniger who is producing for one reason or another with runners in scoring position, even though his overall numbers weren't that great. I mean, it just feels like there's there's a void or a couple of voids in the lineup that the Giants have, and they just can't replace it right now. I mean, second base is the perfect microcosm of that. With Thairo Estrada out, they got no offensive production, and now that he's back, he's stabilized that position, and now shortstop's kind of the area of focus right now. So I don't know if that answered your question at all. I just kind of rambled a little bit, but platoons, I mean, I understand the concept behind them.
Right.
It just feels like the pieces just are not fitting together right now for one reason or another.
And another power outage, Conforto actually last couple of days has been hitting, but Jock hasn't been doing much. Conforto up to maybe before the series wasn't doing much. It's kind of, as Dan said, it makes it a tough watch, when you're seeing these guys, especially, they've spent a lot of money on Jock for that 1 year for 19 million. It's not cheap. And he's not just producing. And what the reasons are, don't know. But
they've had you make a great point, Jeff. When Estrada and Haniger, those two, what you might call everyday players, went down, they had to, go with rookies. They had to figure things out. They were mixing, matching, trying to. Haniger is getting close to a rehab assignment, I'm seeing, and I would not be shocked to see him possibly back when they come back home against Cincinnati or Atlanta, the end of the month here. I think he's definitely back by the 1st of September. So they're going to need him to be productive, not just his presence, but he has to actually produce. Drive-in runs, I would imagine they'll put him in the 4 or 5 hole somewhere in there. And but the Giants have to, sometimes it just takes one guy that is hot that gets other guys going because everybody starts seeing better pitches. But it would be nice if they had 3 or 4 everyday players. I'm thinking, right now, if Haniger comes back and Conforto can keep it up, it's those two and Estrada. I don't know if J.D. Davis he looks like he's kind of tailed off. He's striking out a lot at a much higher rate than he was earlier in the year, not making hard contact like he was as often. That's a concern. So the Giants in their last 41 games are 19-22. They've got 41 to go. They're 60. What are they, Eric? 64 and 57?
64 and 57, right? Yeah.
Okay. I think it takes 87 minimum to get you into the playoffs, probably. This year, I know last year it was 87 or 88. It could be as low as 86 in this year being a down year, but it tends to kind of even out. Teams tend to get hot. Chicago's hot. They won on a 3-run homer today, walk-off in the bottom of the 9th, down 3-1. Christopher Morel hit a 3-run shot. They're coming. They're playing well. They've got some good vets playing together. I don't know with that schedule. What do you think? Do you think, Jeff, that they can they're 64. They need at least, say, 23 wins. Can they go 23 and 18 with this to get to 87 wins with this schedule, with Atlanta 6 times, Philly 3, the Dodgers and Padres 7 each? Ooh,
that's tough.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is no one's really running away with it right now in a wild card. The Phillies are creating some distance.
Yep.
But, I mean, even the Cubs and like the Reds have been struggling. The Diamondbacks have been struggling. The Marlins have been struggling. And the Marlins have probably performed for much of this year. If you look at it from a run differential standpoint, the Reds, kind of like the Giants, are relying on a lot of rookies right now. And those rookies might come in hot. But as we saw with a guy like Casey Schmidt, I mean, the regression happens, or the major league adjustment happens, and it feels like that's what's happening with the Reds right now. It may take 87 wins, but it may take 85 wins. I mean,
I was just thinking that it actually could take 85 with those teams. As you were talking, I was thinking, Cincinnati, Miami, Chicago. I do think it's going to be obviously Philly. I think they're a lock to be one of the three. I think the Cubs are going to be either them or the Brewers are going to be one of the other ones. I think it comes down to the Giants, the Marlins, Cincy, and I guess Arizona. And you can never count out San Diego with all their veterans. If they get on a roll and win 6 or 7 in a row, that could change everything.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to do a comparison of what the wild card standings are today versus, 40 games ago. I think you mentioned that the Giants are like 19 and 22 over the last 40 or 41 games. I think that's what you mentioned.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to see where they were in the wild card 41 games ago compared to where they are now. Because
that's a good point.
They haven't lost much ground. I mean, they were in first place.
Let me see if I can pull that up. I'll pull that up. Or we got Bora in the green room. Maybe
you want me to bring him in?
Yeah, let's bring in Bora. This is another one of our hosts here, Bora. And I don't know if you know Jeff Young, but Jeff is a writer for Around the Foghorn and was fan-sided. I guess it's still fan-sided, but the name Around the Foghorn, yeah. So he does a lot of Giants news out there, and we've had him on a few times. And Bora recently joined us about 3 weeks ago, and he's a young guy who just going into first year of college, but played ball in high school. So, So,
right on.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
got anything to add there, Bora?
Yeah. I mean, the Giants were in first place in the wild card, and but they fell off. So I think it's now an uphill battle. It was you were in first place. You had the lead. You had the momentum, but the offense has fallen off, and it's turned into an uphill battle, and it's tough. It's going to be tough.
The only thing that's keeping them in it is that pitching. The pitching has still been doing. I mean, it's starting to slow down a little bit because now you got a lot more mileage on the arms on some of these guys. So you're in the middle of the dog days of summer. So this is usually the time of the year where pitchers start showing some fatigue. But that's kind of a bad combination when the lineup's not producing. What do you foresee on this road trip, Jeff? It's going to be a grinder with Atlanta and Philly.
Yeah, so it's like a 6-game road trip right now, I think.
Correct.
And if you go 500, I think you're playing with house money there. And then they have the Braves when they come back, so that's like 9 games. Let's say you go 4-5. I mean, you look at the other teams involved. No one's running away with it. Arizona's 4 for 6 in their last 10. Miami 5-5. Cincinnati 4-6. Giants 3-7. Cubs and Phillies are 6-4. So I mean, even the Cubs and Phillies, I mean, they're not creating huge distance right now. They're hot, but I mean, things change so quickly. The Cubs weren't even a playoff team 6 weeks ago or 40 games ago.
Yeah, they really poured it on.
And they're hot. They're getting hot at the right time, and you see teams do that, and they just don't stop. So maybe that's the case with them. But I think,
and they made some trades at the trade deadline as well, so that kind of helped them.
Yeah, they did get I forget what other moves they made, but they got is it Jeimer Candelario? I
Yeah, Heimer. I think it's Heimer.
Heimer. I think
yeah.
it's Heimer. Yeah, I apologize for
And I'm trying to remember.
mispronouncing
Did they
his
get a
name.
pitcher? I can't remember if the Cubs got a pitcher. I can't remember during that time, but I remember they got Candelario. Do you remember, Bora? Dan, do you guys remember if Cubs got a pitcher?
I don't remember the pitching.
I think the biggest thing was they didn't trade Stroman and they didn't trade Bellinger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember they released Trey Mancini.
Yeah, they released him.
They did.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he wasn't doing much anyways. But Candelario is a really good pickup.
One of the interesting things I did find, I didn't go back 41 games. I found it, I just guessed around June 28th. And this is after 80 games. And so right now they've played, 64 and 57?
Yeah.
So they've played 121. So 80 games. Yeah, I guess that is. I got it right. 41 games. Let me pull this up. I thought I was wrong. Let me see. What
Dan with the numbers.
All right, here we go. So we can you guys see the screen there?
Yep, there you go.
All right, here's the National League overall. Giants were 10 over, 45 and 35. Now they're 7 over. So yeah, I guess that fits their 19 and 22 model. 3 under since then would put them 7 under, but Miami's fallen back. Arizona's really fallen back.
Dodgers went through the roof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Phillies have jumped the Giants. The Cubs have jumped the Giants, right? Or let me see. Are they?
Nope.
No, not yet.
Not yet? Or is it a
Giants are
half
still
game?
ahead of them.
Is it a half a game?
Game and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Game and a half.
Oh, wow. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Standings. Game and a half. Wow.
That's pretty amazing though. Chicago, I mean, they were 4 games under 500 at that point, and now they're.
Well, they were how many games back of the Giants? 8. Yeah, 37 and 41.
That's about right.
About 8 games. 7, 8 games, and then San Diego's still down. Everybody else kind of down. So it's Cincy's right now. Cincinnati is a game and a half. Miami, Cincinnati, and Arizona, and Arizona's 3 back.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Arizona; they've completely fallen off a cliff, and they're only a game and a half back of the third wild card spot. So I think even if the Giants, I mean, they could play 500 ball and still be in it. But I mean, I think they could be on this next road trip. They could go 5 under on this road trip, and they're still going to be in it. They're going to be in it down to the last week. I think whatever happens.
Yeah, the National League has been so weak.
Yeah, the National League hasn't been strong at all. I mean, the Giants have fallen off, and they're still in second place. I mean, Philly's gained some ground, but they haven't completely blown everything away.
Yeah, you look. Can you guys see the standings there?
You're good.
Yeah, so there's the wild card right there. So you got Phillies with a 3.5 game cushion over the 4th place Marlins in this wild card standings, or the Cubs. I guess they're all tied. Yeah, they're all tied. So over 3 teams. Giants have a 1.5 game lead on them. And then you look at Arizona, like you said, 1.5 back. San Diego only 4.5 back. Anybody of those 4 or 5 teams, anybody that wins 5, 6 in a row is going to put themselves in a very good position. Will probably pick up 2 to 3 games because everybody else seems to be playing 500 ball or just slightly under. In Arizona's
if you look at the
terrible.
If you look at the streak column, I mean, everyone's lost 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. It's no one's really going on one of those streaks right now. I mean, any of those teams could, but also the run differential column stands out.
Run differential is
the Reds and the Diamondbacks all have negative run differentials. Meaning
and look
that
where San Diego is plus 64.
Yeah,
crazy.
It doesn't make a ton of sense, does it? I mean, they should probably be where the Cubs are at, but I don't know. There's something about the Padres that for one reason or another they have all the star players, but it's just the pieces aren't fitting perfectly for one reason or another.
Because they can't get anything going. They win 2 or 3 in a row, then they fall right back. Them and the Angels seem to be like brother and sisters or something. It's just weird. If you look at the actual hottest team, I believe it's the Dodgers. Have they won like 9 in a row or no? Let's see. Dodgers,
Probably.
yeah, 9 in a row.
Golly.
Giants still have a 65.5% playoff odds here, according to ESPN. Take a look at that.
That is interesting.
Now let's see what the other. So they're putting the Brewers. So they're saying the Brewers and the Phillies. Okay, the Brewers. I guess it's the Giants, Cubs, and Phillies is what their odds are showing would be the playoff 3 wild cards. Because the Cubs are at 47.5%. The next closest under that is 27% for the Reds. 43 for the Marlins. Okay, so it looks like they think the Marlins, according to the odds, however they figure this out, is the final team out. And it's between them and the Cubs. They've got the Giants. I don't know how they figure that. I don't know if you know how that works, Jeff. I'm sure it's all built into some kind of
algorithm
that figures who they're playing.
Way beyond my pay grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. But look at let's see. Yeah, the American League's kind of interesting too, because look at the Yankees down to 2.5%. That is
who would have guessed?
That's hilarious.
That's incredible.
The Yankees and Giants, really, they were very similar teams last year, except for Aaron Judge made, you took Judge out of the lineup. They were almost identical
statistically. He was the only one producing,
And he's been out of the lineup this year.
Yep.
And look at them. They totally they don't have much, the Yankees.
Nope.
Yeah, it's an interesting contrast in roster construction because they're very top heavy with Judge, Garrett Cole, and Carlos Rodon. But if one or two of those guys go down, like which has happened this year with Rodon missing the first half of the year, and I think he hasn't performed well at all since he's returned, and then Judge missed like close to 2 months, like they don't have the depth. I mean, they have big names, from the past, like Josh Donaldson, who's probably out for the year. His Yankees career is probably done. Giancarlo Stanton's, kind of maybe the Giants dodged the bullet by him not accepting a trade to them, in 2017. But outside of those two, Gleyber Torres is a good player, but the depth falls off pretty quickly, and the
Rizzo.
Giants are. Yeah, and Rizzo. I mean, that's a little concerning.
I can't believe
concussion and continue playing.
That's crazy.
Just it kind of makes you wonder. And hopefully he can get back and be healthy and normal again, because he was really performing well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Giants aren't necessarily what anyone would call top heavy. They're just a bunch of guys who are solid players, and if they're all hitting, it's going to be a good lineup. But they also invested pretty heavily in injury risk as well. So, Haniger gets hurt, of course, because that's kind of been his track record. And a few other guys have missed time as well. So Brendan Crawford, Jock Peterson, and, Tyro Estrada, and just there hasn't been enough depth to cover them. But ideally, in a perfect world, the Giants lineup has length to it when everyone's healthy, but it's just it's an issue getting everyone healthy and keeping them healthy. It just hasn't been the case all year, and probably isn't going to be the case this year.
Jeff, I have a question.
Sure.
So, I mean, I've seen your you talk about the minor league system and everything.
Sure.
What's your outlook on Joey Bart's future with this team? Do you think there's a possibility he's on the playoff roster if they bring up him for a third catcher, or what do you think his future is with this team?
Yeah, I mean, in the very short term, I think there's a chance he could be in a playoff roster because, in the playoffs, it's all about, the margin of error is so small that, you kind of have to maximize or minimize that opportunity for error as much as possible. And with, Blake Sable has grown nicely into the catcher role. I think they'll probably opt for somebody better defensively. And to me, Joey Bart's clearly a better defensive option. So I think that's his role in the short term. I think in the long term, he's probably playing for a different team at this time next year. He's out of minor league options. They're probably going to look for a way to trade him at some point in off season. This is just me guessing. I don't think they want to wait until spring training because at that point you really have no leverage. So I think they're going to try and trade him in off season. Again, he has no options and he hasn't performed. And Patrick Bailey is clearly the superior option overall. So that's kind of how I see it.
Thanks.
Hey, Jeff, I got a question, but before I'm going to ask one question out of the chat here in a minute, but a lot of people are asking what's going on with Harrison. Farhan kind of said, hey, we're going to get him on the fast track. We're going to get him up here. He had a couple of good outings, and yesterday was a pretty good opportunity. Even today was a good opportunity for him to be showcased before they go on this road trip. What do you think the deal is? You think he's getting called up soon, or is there something going on there?
Yeah, he actually looked really good yesterday up until, it could have been a stamina thing because he hasn't really pitched too deep into the games, and that's kind of been by design. His first 3 innings, he was nearly unhittable. I think he had 7 strikeouts, no walks. And then that 4th inning came around, and I think he gave up a home run, a couple of hits. So to me, it was just a stamina issue. I think he just ran out of gas. And my guess is they probably want to avoid him, debuting against a team like the Braves or the Phillies. The Braves in particular, I mean, they have so many right-handed hitting bats that I think they just, you kind of want to create a soft landing, ideally for somebody like him, just to get his confidence going. So, I mean, they've been talking about him debuting the past couple of weeks, and yesterday it felt like that was going to become a reality. But I think maybe 1 or 2 more starts in AAA, and maybe we'll see him at the end of August or at the beginning of September. That's probably just my guess.
Probably against Cincinnati, maybe Tuesday night or something like that.
Yeah, and yet these last couple of days in Sacramento have been blazing, so that could have been an issue.
Yeah,
quite a factor.
Yeah,
because their schedule going forward after this road trip, they come home 3 against Atlanta. They probably don't want them to face Atlanta. Cincinnati's probably a team that's younger guys, a little more free swingers, guys that don't have as good a command of the strike zone, guys that not as disciplined, might be the team to go after, especially even though they have Joey Votto, lefty on lefty. He's got that nasty sweeper and
that
sinker. So yeah, that's probably the next bet. Now that we analyze that, that's interesting. The Giants actually could pretty much go 500 or 20-21, 21-20, and maybe still make the playoffs.
They're going to need help though.
Well, they can't lose to the teams that are chasing them. They can't. They got to at least, when you go up against Chicago, you got to win at least 1 of the 3. You can't let them gain 3 games on you. Same with Cincinnati. You can't let a team like San Diego sweep you 4 games. You can't let the Phillies are already ahead of them, but everybody else is chasing them.
Yep.
Cincinnati and San Diego and Chicago. So those series, you got to come out ideally with where you take the series and gain a game on them. But at worst, don't lose more than a game. Because if you lose in a 4-game series, you get beat 3 times, you lose 2 games. You 3-game series sweep, obviously 3 games could be the difference. And that's where they have to beat those teams. You're better off if you're going to be losing. I mean, I hate to sound like this, but you're better off losing to teams like the Dodgers or even the Rockies, because those other teams aren't winning at a high streak. So,
well, you said that Cubs series may be telling for the rest of the season.
Well, I put that 7 games. I don't expect this trip to go well. I think it's a 1-5, 2-4 trip. But the next trip is the key, because they go to San Diego for 3 or 4, and then they go to Chicago for 3. And those, you can't go into San Diego and get your heads beaten in and then go to Chicago on a downer.
Mhm.
Because that 7-game stretch, I'm marking that on my calendar. That's going to be the key to them making the playoffs or not. If they can win at least one in Chicago and split the series in San Diego, you're in good shape, I think, because San Diego doesn't gain anything on a split. And, if Chicago only gains one game on you, that's nothing. You don't want Cincinnati gaining on you because they're the team. Even if Chicago beats you out, as long as Cincinnati, Miami, and San Diego stay behind you, and Arizona, that's the other. They've got them for 2 games in September, mid to September. Can't go into Arizona and get swept. Got to take at least one.
Hey, Dan, don't mean to interrupt. Someone got a TV on because I can hear it in the background. I can hear someone's TV in the background. I don't know.
Might be mine. Here.
Right, yeah,
One
might want to
second.
turn it down.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm just saying you can't let those other teams that gain on you, because they're the ones that are directly chasing you. So that's the key.
Exactly. It's gonna be interesting.
One
Hey, real
question,
quick.
Jeff.
Hey, Dan, let me ask a question from the chat real quick. He asked a while back.
Yeah.
He goes, if the Giants don't make it to the playoffs, does he see the Giants moving from some of these players like J.D. Davis, Austin Slater, or Yaz outside of Otani? Do the Giants pivot to trades?
Yeah, I mean, I think they like all three. I mean, with Mike Yastrzemski, I get asked about him quite a bit. My thing is, who's the obvious, replacement who's better than what Mike Yastrzemski does? I realize he's been on injury list quite a bit this year, but defensively, he's still the best center fielder the Giants have currently, who can also produce offensively. And that's I'm speaking currently. Could Luis Matos be that a year from now? Absolutely. But I don't think the Giants are going to cut bait with depth that they like, because, JD Davis before, I think he tweaked his ankle or something. I mean, before that, he was hitting an all-star level. I'm not sure if that's the reason for why his production has dipped so much. And then Austin Slater, I mean, they like what he brings to the table. I mean, there's just not a lot of guys who can hit left-handed pitching like he can do. It's not an easy role to fill, and he does a pretty nice job of it. So I can't see them moving on from any of the three. Maybe Mike Yastrzemski. I mean, as much as he does a lot of things well on a baseball field, I think there could be a cost. They have to weigh the cost at this point, because his arbitration salary is going to increase from about $6 million this year to maybe $9 million, and they kind of have to ask that question: is it worth it? I think it is. So I think they're going to keep all three. They're all under team control, so it's a decision that they have to make. But I think they're gonna try and keep all three. I'd be surprised if they let go of any of them. And then to your point about trades, the Giants just haven't made many trades. They've made a lot of trades. I shouldn't say that. They've made a billion trades since Farnanziati has taken over, but they haven't really made any big trades outside of getting Chris Bryant at the trade deadline. They haven't gone out and got a guy like Brandon Donovan, who plays for the Cardinals, who's under team control for the next several seasons. I'd be surprised if they went in a different direction when it comes to trades. I think it'd be more of the same. And with respect to Otani, I mean, the thing I really need to hear the Giants talk about is how their pursuit of him is going to be any different than their pursuit of other players, because they have such a long track record of going for the biggest targets in the market, whether it's a trade target or free agency, and they've swung and missed on everyone for the past 15 years. So before they even get to that point, I really need to hear what they're going to do differently this time around.
Yeah.
Jeff, it's interesting you bring that up, because you think about going for Otani, he's a guy that doesn't cost you any prospects as a free agent.
Yep.
And to me, where the Giants make the mistake of going after free agents is they don't set the market. Farhan seems to let the market get set, and then he tries to stay within that market and compete. Sure. And to me, if you're going to go after Otani, you have one chance of getting him, and that's blowing the market away. And I would offer him so much money over a shorter term, maybe 8 years. I'd give him $600 million. He paid for himself, and I'd give him an opt-out. I'd give him an opt-out after 3 years and say, if we don't come through, you're still young enough, and we'll pay you $50 million, and you can exercise that opt-out, and you can go get a new contract. He would be great for 3 years. He would make $300 million. Because if you gave him $75 million a year or $275 over 3 years, and then he, let's see, 175, 150, 225, and he walks after 3 years, he collects $275. You don't have that worry on your books, but you had him for 3 years. And if you didn't get it done in 3 years with Otani, with the young guys that you've got coming up and the ability to spend money, I think that's what they should do. But I don't think they will. I think they'll do the same thing that they've done, and I think they'll probably end up coming up short because I think the one advantage the Giants have is money. And if you can push that money so high, and even if he doesn't sign with you, you force him to go to the Dodgers and at least pay more so that you can maybe handicap them from getting more star players. That's would be my strategy. But let me ask you this. The Giants had a situation today where they had – well, let's go back to Monday night. Monday night, Wade Meckler came up with the bases loaded down 6-1.
Oh, here we go.
One sec. I know where this is going.
Oh, here we go.
I got to run away. No. I just gotta call real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Right,
hey, chat, I'm just letting you know. I'm on fire. I'm keeping it back right now, but yeah, we'll get this kicked off here going here pretty soon.
All right, so we're ready. Okay, let me pull this up here. Oops, got the wrong one there. So we were Monday night. Giants were down 6-1, bases loaded. Wade Meckler came up facing a lefty, and Gabe was asked in the media conference with Gabe after the game in the postgame why he didn't pinch hit for Meckler. And Gabe's response was, we think that Wade Meckler can hit from both sides, and he's one of the guys that we think could be an everyday type player. And then today he comes up again, bases loaded. I think they were down
one out,
5-0.
6-1.
6-1 again, or whatever it was.
It was 6-1 because remember Wade just walked in right before.
It's almost an identical situation then. And he got asked this question. Did I just pull it up? Hold on here. Oops, I pulled up the wrong one. Hold on here. I'm sorry. Let me go back.
You're correct. It was KMBR. It was Danny Hammerman.
Yeah, I just had the wrong one. All right, here we go. Let's listen to this question today, and then I want to get your comments on it.
Are you on it? Because we can't see it. You're on the Twitter, but we can't see the interview there, Dan.
All right. Hold on. I screwed it up.
No worries.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's going to play it, senior.
Okay, you got it.
Say it. Or
you guys see
if
that
you
now?
really, that distinction isn't clear.
Do I need to
I'm just curious.
Rewind it, yeah.
Slater hasn't been hitting awesome either. he has more of a track record, sure, but
Would you?
Just drag it. There we go.
why you stuck with Wade Meckler and with the bases loaded against a lefty, bases loaded against a lefty tonight, you decided to pinch hit Slater for him. What changed, if anything, in that decision?
I'm absolutely happy to make the distinction, but I'm just curious if you know the distinction.
Is it just Slater versus Ramos?
Yeah, I mean, this is not a disrespect to Ramos in any way, but I think Ramos has like 4 career pinch hit at bats. Slater's one of the best pinch hitters in baseball. So I don't mind, of course, explaining something, but I just sometimes wonder if the question is, hey, can you say it? Or if that distinction isn't clear. I'm just curious about that.
Slater hasn't been hitting awesome either. He has more of a track record, sure, but
Would you agree that he's one of the 5 best right-handed pinch hitters over the course of the last 3 or 4 years?
yeah.
Do you think there's that creates a distinction between him and a guy that has 4 career pinch hit at bats?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm not criticizing you at all. I'm just wondering if what you're asking is for me to say that, or if like whether or not there's a distinction at all for you.
I think it's a similar situation, so I think people would be interested to learn
Sure.
and hear you explain it.
Yeah, and so I mean, again, Slater's one of the best pinch hitters in baseball, particularly against left-handed pitching over the course of the last 3 seasons. And so in that situation, we trust that he's going to go up there and have a good at bat. He didn't. He grounded into a double play. But I had him go up there because he's really, really good at that. Just has had a stretch where he hasn't had a lot of success.
All right, there we go. What are your thoughts on that,
Welcome
Jeff?
back. I mean, I think just touching on his reaction, I didn't think his reaction was like necessarily egregious, but it just felt like it was uncalled for. In that, Danny Emmerman was just asking a question and wants to record a response, and that's
Right.
Gabe Kapler even like asked him like at the beginning, he's like, do you just want me to say, like, he said something to the effect like, do you want me to just tell you the answer, or like, and then he gave like, I just thought that whole thing was kind of unnecessary. He's just doing his job. And it was a good question, and it
was a good question.
Yeah, I texted Danny, said, hey, great question. To me, this is what, Kapler did the very same thing. It was Monday night situation. He just said Meckler can hit both sides, and now he brings him up. And I think the thing that bothered me about the whole thing is that because I've been around the clubhouse and I've been in the media sessions with Kapler, is that Kapler at times tries to intimidate and show that, hey, don't ask tough questions. I don't know what it just seemed like it was a good question. He asked a question, did anything change? And Kapler could have just simply answered as he did. Yeah. We felt that Slater is one of the most best right-handed pinch hitters. And, I don't know. It didn't make sense to me to go to that level. And it made me wonder if Kapler is starting to feel a little pressure with the club not hitting, with people questioning
his moves, pulling out a Webb.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because
I mean,
he got some grief. Yeah.
People booed. I didn't have a problem personally. I mean, I would have liked to see Webb finish, but I understand you're bringing in one of the top 2 or 3 closers, maybe the top closer in all of baseball, to get one out. So I don't blame him for that. But
I think there was some residual because remember the last outing, they pulled him out after 8 and he was pretty ticked off. Webb was. Yeah.
But I mean, there's been a lot of situations. I mean, today Ross Stripling was quoted, somebody said, hey, I understand you're having back issues. And Stripling said, that's news to me. He says, yeah, it's not a big deal. I wish Gabe would have, informed me that he was going to, share that. So I take that as, okay, here comes a move in the next week or so when they decide to bring up Harrison. They're probably going to put Stripling on some kind of IL or something to, and whatever. So I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was a necessary thing. So I was curious what your thoughts were. Have you had any interactions with Gabe with any interviews or yourself?
Nope.
No? Okay. Yeah. Well, I know you've got to get rolling here. It's
We're right
so
at it.
we want to, keep with our time that you have for us. We appreciate you coming in. We'll have to have you back here in a couple weeks when we get through the next, maybe the next road trip after they finish with Chicago.
Yeah, there we go.
That would be, I think that's weekday games or during the midweek. So a little earlier, maybe we can catch you one of those nights after the series and kind of see where the Giants are at that point. And then we'll have a much better gauge.
Yep,
of
absolutely.
the final 20 or so games in the season.
Yeah, hopefully it looks better than it does today.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you coming on. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks
thank
for having
you.
me on, guys. It was nice to meet you, Bora.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, awesome,
All right,
Jeff.
guys.
Jeff Young,
Have
and
a
we'll have him
good
back on hopefully after the Cubs series, and we'll be catching up with you, Jeff. Thanks again. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
See ya.
All right, Jeff Young there.
All right. That was awesome.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, we got 89 in the chat, 90 in the chat. Hit that like. We appreciate the support. This is where the kind of information or the kind of material that we're going to keep putting out. So we appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Oh boy, now we can get
my Twitter's blowing up here.
I bet.
I guess
you struck a nerve, I think, huh?
Well, I just
Maybe
commented on some things that this is one that interest. I'm gonna pull that one.
Yeah, I
up.
appreciate. Yeah, that's pretty good observation there, Lou. We got 91 in the chat. It's fluctuating, but it's a good number. It's nice considering the Giants lost 6 hours ago. That is true. Good point.
I think Kapler's lost this locker room. I think he's on his way out. I just have a feeling he's getting defensive.
And you know what's really pissing me off, and I keep thinking about this, because when I went on my rant earlier, that's before I heard what Kapler had to say to Danny Emmerman. And he totally avoided a question, too. It wasn't about whether it was going to be Ramos or Slater. Why didn't you leave Meckler in? Because you said 2 days ago Meckler's going to face lefties. So that's what he's asking. And of course, he totally obfuscates that question.
Yep.
Go straight to, would you say that Slater has been the best pitch hitter? It's like, I don't. What is he been doing now?
You're not the interviewer. You're being interviewed.
Yeah. Hey, he's asking a question so that he can report it. His job is to record quotes. Okay, from the manager. He could have just come back and said, "Hey, I'm just doing my job and I can't quote myself."
And you know what? And it was a perfectly legit question that he's asking.
That's a reporter
concerning
question. That's
what
a good
Kapler
question,
said 2 days prior. It's not like he's trying to throw him under the bus. He's not trying to go after him. He just wants clarification.
It's reporting 101.
Yeah, thank you.
He just clarification. It's amazing how karma got Kapler to put in the exact same situation with the same Meckler. Identical, bases loaded, same score.
And the funny thing is, he was wrong in both situations. And it's like, come on, dude. What are you doing? You can't have it both ways. This guy, it tells me he has no concept of the game as it's playing out. To be a manager.
If that happened to me and I was prepared, it might have shooken you up, but you kind of, after dealing with Kapler, that's how he is. I would have come back and said, yeah, but Slater, you sent him up there and he was 0 for 16 at the time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter his stats in the last 3 years. I
don't give a shit about the last 3 years.
He's 0 for his last 17.
Now he is 0 for 17. And somebody look up I know he's over 17, but has he struck? How many times has he struck out? And I haven't seen a ball hit hard. I've seen how many double plays has he hit into?
That I don't know. I guess
That's at least a second, isn't it?
His last 23.
And what drives me insane, it's just.
What do you got, Bora?
His last 23 at bats, he has 1 hit, 9 strikeouts.
And here's the thing: doesn't his little iPad that he has with him tells him that information? Aren't they analytically driven? Ain't that going to tell them that this guy cannot be put in a situation when the bases are loaded and you have 1 out? Keep the guy that you have in there because he's probably got a higher success rate of actually getting a hit. Look at your iPad that you look as your damn personal assistant to spit out the information because you can't manage on your own. It had to tell him that.
9 out of 23 strikeouts. Did you say that, Bora? 9 out of 23?
Yeah.
9 out of
23. What is that percentage? That's getting up there to
39.
39%.
39% strikeout rate.
I'm going to look at this the other way. As a pitcher and on the Rays, right? Slater's been in the league for how many years? 5? There's a scouting report on him. There's no scouting report on Meckler.
Yep.
You don't know what he can do. It's his 3rd game in the big leagues.
He already had a hit in the game.
Well, he was 3 for 10. Exactly. He was 3 for 10. Yeah, exactly. You don't know what he's going to do. You don't.
Yeah. Hey, Scorpio, I get it. His career strikeout rate's 27.5, under the league average. That's fantastic. But what has he done in his last month? Nothing. He has done nothing. That's why you got to go with the hot hand. If you're a manager, that's what you do. You understand your team. I know that this guy's hitting. I know that this guy's not. Is he paying attention to that? I mean, that's something that should be very easy to understand when you're the manager of a big league club. Come on,
it's not that hard, and yet he makes it seem so hard. And this is the one problem. This is the problem that I think, in my opinion, is the Giants' killer. Consistency. There is no consistency to this team whatsoever. Farhan,
0.
Oh, we're gonna be big buyers. Oh yeah, we're gonna be buyers. Nope. Oh, Kapler. Oh, we're gonna keep Meckler, and yeah, we like him facing lefties. Yeah, nope. There's no consistency.
Harrison
to this
he's
team
gonna
whatsoever.
He's gonna go to Sacramento, and he's gonna be on the fast start. And once we see he's checked all the boxes.
Oh yeah, another lie. Yeah.
What box are you waiting for?
Don't ask me.
Throw a perfect game. He throws 3 perfect innings almost the first 2 games. The last 2 games he's been in there.
If he needs more time, then what should be coming out of your mouth is he needs to be stretched out a little bit more. He just got over an injury. We got to get him up to about 80 pitches, and then we can bring him up. But no, like you said, he comes out and says he's on the fast track.
Yep.
He's going to be up here in no time.
He can't communicate.
That's the problem.
Check this. The way this team out is, Joe Shasky. He's been tweeting out a lot today about this platoon stuff that's driving him crazy as much as it's driving me. Says Jazz Chisholm. Well, he's replying to somebody. I didn't mind Wade hitting for Ramos. Usually gives you a quality bat. Didn't like Slater for Meckler at all because Slater has completely fallen off the cliff, which we were talking about. Jazz Chisholm had my favorite response to platooning. How can I ever get better versus lefties and prove I can hit versus them if I never face them in the games? It's a succinct point, as I've heard, on the constant need to avoid a player's weakness versus one side or the other. It's overkill, to be honest. All right. So here's my response to this. And this is a true statement, I believe. This is why the above average players will not come to San Francisco with Farhan and Gabe, and the below average players will, because the below average guys are going to now get to play more that they don't play with for other teams. They're going to get a lot of at bats with the Giants, but the above average guys, they want to play every day, right? So the only hope is to develop everyday players and bring in a new regime, because the current regime has already shown it will platoon Giants' top prospects. This is very important because they've pinch hit for Luciano. They pinch hit for Schmidt, and I get it. They pinch hit for Matos. They pinch hit for Meckler. They pinch hit for
They pinch it
else?
for Conforto. They pinch it for everybody, really.
See, I would put Conforto prior to this year as slightly above average, but now he's seen this system. He's not going to want to, probably stay in it.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to. He'll probably opt out.
And now he's got the opt-out.
And if you think about it, the trade market is pretty thin, so he's still going to get a good contract, even if he has a bad year.
He
still can make a pretty good deal.
He might not make 18 million, but he could. I mean, in 1 year, but he can make probably 40-50 million across 2-3 years.
And you know what?
Well, 3 years, yeah.
Three.
I tell you right now, senior softball game, 10-year-old son, Papaya can manage better than what Kapler is doing out there.
Wouldn't surprise me if
it makes no sense. I met his son's smart as a whip. He knows the game. He could do a better job than what the hell's being put out there right now. I'm just tired of seeing it. It's dumb. I'm tired of the lies. That if anything, that's what bothers me the most.
Yep.
When you're going to come out here and you say things and you are actually lying about it, and then when someone calls you on that lie, you want to attack them? Bullshit. Come on, get out of here. That is not conduct. It's
weak.
It's
really
weak.
The
San Francisco Giants, a historic team, like you talk about, Dan, one of the most historic teams in the major leagues. And this is where we've gone with your manager. Come on, do better.
Well, they've got a manager who is, for him to answer the way he did, he's got to be feeling some heat.
Oh, for sure.
He got tossed last night. Team's not hitting.
Got tossed today.
He's on record as saying that he likes this lineup and that it's going to be fine, and we just need to relax. I'll have to find that particular.
The whole lineup's been relaxing for a month and a half.
I've already thought about this. Yeah. When it comes to the end of the season, we're going to have a nice thumbnail of all the quotes that Kapler has said, that Farhan has said, and we're going to have a nice little show talking about what these liars had to say throughout the season. Oh, I'm ready. I've had enough. I'm ready for a new regime, man. We're San Francisco Giants fans. We want to see success. We want to see putting out a product that is becoming of the San Francisco Giants. Where have we gone?
This is the Richmond Flying Squirrels right now. Like
they play better than the Giants.
It's tough because they you watch what other good teams do, hitting teams. We saw two of them come in here.
Take care of business.
I mean, the fact that they could have easily been swept by gosh, why do I keep forgetting who the heck they played before Tampa? Texas. Yeah. They could have been easily swept by the Rangers down. They
almost did.
Yeah, they were down to their last out.
They should have been swept by the Angels too, if not for that ninth inning rally.
Yep.
But they are not. They can't hit. Now they're going on the road. They've lost 10 of 11 on the road, and they've got 6 tough games. And
it's going to be a bloodbath. I'm telling you, it's going to be
the Braves are going to annihilate them. It's going to be a bloodbath.
100%. Philly, they may have some success. We'll see. But
I think get down by 3 runs or greater against Spencer Strider in the first 3-4 innings, which I think they will, because they don't have anybody who's pitching Friday. Is it Cobb? I think it's Cobb.
Is it Cobb?
Cobb and then Webb.
And he hasn't. You better get a starter for Cobb. He hasn't been pitching well, right? Got to get a starter for him. And here goes again. I got another starter for whatever. I'm like,
they've had an opportunity to go out and improve the team. They are so screwed up. They look at Savali, who pitched today. Because Tampa Bay's got an aggressive GM. I bet you Farhan didn't even know he was available.
Probably not.
Probably didn't even know he was even going to be dealt. And the fact that he lets guys that can eat innings up when this team, I mean, how about Alex Wood? Alex Wood was sent a message possibly today.
Yep.
by
I think so.
being sent out there in the 9th inning in a mop
garbage,
game.
for a
And
mop
you know
up.
he
Yep.
hates it. You know
Yeah.
he hates
Oh,
it.
that was on purpose.
That was a passive aggressive
Yep.
move by Kapler that's saying,
Oh, you
Don't-
said you're going to grab the ball anytime you want. All right, here you go.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't you, I'm telling you, that was a passive aggressive move by Kapler that said, don't you say smack behind me, because Wood said, I guess you just got to they'll do what they want to do. They're going to do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, fine. Okay. You are regulated to the bullpen in mop up duty now. And you'll pitch when I tell you to pitch.
Yep.
I mean, it would have been better. What was the score at the time? 6-1?
6-1.
I guess it's probably too close to throw in a position guy, but how about Beck? How about, why are you just throwing a veteran under the bus like that?
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
years experience does he have? He's a veteran. He's an
I know.
established MLB player. You don't do that to those guys.
He
You don't
doesn't
disrespect
care.
them like that. You don't
He
disrespect
has no
them
respect
like that.
for these. That's the problem.
It was
He
a
has no respect for
disrespect
them,
move.
and I don't think he has much respect in that locker room. I mean, let's be honest. Who respects him? Do we think Crawford respects him?
We don't know that. I mean, that's gonna.
Here's the thing you got to realize: nobody's going to say anything negative about Crawford, but about Kapler as a player. But who's coming out and saying Gabe's great?
Nobody.
No one.
Who's coming out and saying I love playing for this manager?
And tell me this: if everything was so sunshine and rainbows, why is Buster Posey moving back to San Francisco? You tell me that. If everything is so great, Buster should be enjoying his retirement, collecting that money as an owner, have no worries. The club is in good hands.
I'll tell you,
did you
he's
guys
not
see
coming
that
back because he enjoys the Bay Area. I'll tell you that.
Did you see the inside the park home run today?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was awesome.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
How does it hit the top of the wall and then just
rolls along the wall and then gets past Meckler?
Unbelievable.
I mean, he could have had 2 inside the park homers almost on that. Could you imagine if just for fun, if Dela Cruz hit that
and just kept running around first again?
Yeah, and I think he could have made it twice. Did you see it, Bora?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I want
to see if I can find that. Let me see if I.
I got another point. What is the point? The point of an opener is to sort of mess with their lineups, right?
But you bring in the same right-handed person behind them. They
Walker
did that last time.
Stripling.
They did that last time.
There's
I said
no
the same
point.
thing. I said the same exact thing. Last time they had an opener, you had the same handed as the bulk innings pitcher, whatever you want to call him. It makes no sense. It's meant to, like you said, disrupt the lineup, but you didn't disrupt shit. I don't know, man. Whatever.
All right.
I mean,
unfortunately
what's
this is what we
inside
have to
his
deal
head?
with.
Oh,
I don't know.
What's
all I know is, man, I've had enough of Kapler's soil. I'm done with his roids. He just can pack his stuff and get out of here. As Lo says, he could get out of here and go 10 his nuts. That's all I care about. Get out of here. I'm done with him.
All right. Hopefully I got the volume down. Here we go. This is funny. Boom. There it goes. Rolling along the wall. Past Meckler.
Goes back to
and
left
this guy's
center.
not even fast. Flores could have scored on this one.
He might have pulled a hammy. I don't know.
Flores may have not scored, actually.
Man.
That was hilarious. Let me watch this again. Let me see this. They're going to show it. I think they show it one more time. Yeah, watch. Okay, here we go.
This is a better
deep drive, triples alley, bangs off the bricks, hits the
top of the
wall,
wall, and then boom.
That's insane.
Did it ever look like it bounced and hit something behind the wall?
Off the wall. No, I just bounced once off the wall.
This guy. Oh, is it still playing again?
No, it's
it's playing again.
First few.
Okay, let me see it.
Hits
boom,
it,
boom.
and then down.
I thought it almost looked like it hit that or whatever that was hanging there at the top. So
either way, it's a home run.
Hey, that's a legit inside the park home run. That's no
a
cheapie.
legit.
That's
not
not a cheapie, man, because that was a home run in 29 other parks originally, right?
Mm-hmm.
That thing.
Yeah, that would have been a home run in every other park. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
That
I mean,
was
technically, it's a home run in every park.
Yeah, but I mean, if he got ripped off, look at that. That's over 425.
Yeah.
He crushed it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even fast.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That really. I kind of hate the fact that that fence is so far out there in Triples Alley. Why not bring it in and make it more exciting? You can't. I mean, the Giants look like they don't even have warning track power, half their guys.
Yep.
I mean, bring that Triples Alley in a good 10 more feet. That should be. It used to be 421. They brought it into 415. That shouldn't be any further than 405.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, because Triples Alley is basically gone. If you had it at 421, that's fine. But if you're going to bring it in, you might as well bring it in all the way.
Yeah, bring it into 405, 400 right there. Because you know what? Triples Alley is what's happened is they cheat over to right center. So you don't see the triples anymore. It's not even really Triples Alley. So just bring in the whole thing, bring the angle in, put more seats in, and get another 5,000 and sign Otani. And then you can have some real fun out there.
The only chance you'll get signing Otani is if Farhan is
Otani's not coming here.
If Farhan isn't the GM.
Otani is a pipe dream. It ain't happening.
I'll tell you the one way it happens. Somehow they make the playoffs this year. And they get into the playoffs and maybe get past the first 3 games in the playoffs and, get bounced out. But then they decide to put Buster in charge. They bring in a different type of manager that can relate to people. They get Farhan in the back room somewhere and say, here's your desk. Don't leave it. You get people running the organization that actually are baseball, like highly thought of, highly decorated baseball people, and you change the whole operation, and you make it about marketing the Giants, marketing the players, marketing everything, and you start getting rid of all this platoon crap, and you get enough players that are in there, you have at least 5 everyday players. 5. And then build from there, and hopefully you get to 6 or 7 in a year or two. And fine. You want to tinker with 8 and 9, 7, 8, and 9? Go ahead. Tinker with it all you want. Move guys in and out. Who's hot, who's your matchups, but give 5 or 6 guys in the top of the order that they should be playing 145 plus games. Okay. That's how you are going to be competitive year in, year out. Give me 5 minimum, ideally 6 everyday players where that top of the order is the same every day, maybe 3 switches with 4, depending on who's pitching, but 1, 2, and 4, 5, or 5, 6. They're just always the same. It's just that's the lineup. I'm not going to sit here and analyze and beat this thing for hours in the computer and then see which one gives me the most. 17.2% chance right here versus 17.1. So we're going to flip everybody around. And I'll tell you what it does. For your little incremental, little itsy beatsy, little tiny, little advantage that you may be gaining, it screws with the whole clubhouse.
It screws with the clubhouse and it screws with the hitter's approach.
Exactly.
If let's say Estrada, He's a number 2 hitter. He should be batting second every day. His job is to move the runner over. That's his job, assuming Wade gets on base. If he's batting in the 9 hole or somewhere lower in the batting order, no one ahead of him is getting on base. His job then becomes to hit a home run. These hitters' approaches change throughout the batting order.
Yeah, I batted leadoff for almost my whole career in baseball. Got on base, wasn't a power hitter at all. Just base hits, occasional gaps, doubles, but I could steal. So I got on base, had a good eye, walked a lot. But if I saw that, I remember one time, I can't remember what age I was, but I was changed in the batting order, and I was like near the bottom, and I'm like, what the heck? It just totally messed with your head. You gotta get these guys. Baseball is so much of more than any other sport. Is more superstitious players in baseball than any sport. I talked to Lamont Wade, and I said, hey, I had superstitions. I didn't change my socks if I got a hit. He says, that's mine. He goes, in fact, we've seen the interview. I don't even shave. If I keep getting hits, I don't shave. And I wear the same socks. And guys do that. Their whole approach is if as a ball player, you know exactly where you're going to be. You are so much more confident that, hey, I'm in the 1 hole or I'm in the 3 hole. I'm playing, this position. I'm pitching. I'm starting pitching in 4 days. Next day, I'm going to do my stretches. I'll go out and day 3, I'm going to do long toss or whatever a starting pitcher does. I'm not going to eat certain things for a couple days because I know that if I eat this kind of food, I don't feel as good, for a day. Everything. These guys have no idea. And it does affect everything, especially the starting pitching. Starting pitching, to me, the fact that they throw 2 guys out there and then the other 3, it's a crapshoot. You're either starting, you're coming in the 2nd inning, you may be coming in the 5th inning, to back up Manaea Junis, or you may, what the heck? Just if you're going to want these guys to throw 4 or 5 innings, start them. Just put them in the starting lineup. You're trying to gain a little small advantage in the 1st inning. It's just mind-boggling. Why not have leverage guys like the Rogers brothers and Duvall and Walker from the 5th or 6th inning on? How about if you get your starting pitchers through 4, and then all of a sudden you got, I need high leverage. I got Walker in the 5th. I got Rogers. I got Luke Jackson in the 6th. And I got one Rogers in the 7th, the other Rogers in the 8th, and Duvall in the 9th. Bingo! Everybody knows their role. Try it, Gabe. It might work. Try putting Junis or Wood. And, hey, guess what, Gabe? They might even give you more than 4 innings. They might give you 6 solid innings. Now you just save your bullpen. But you pitch them 4 innings the wrong way because you're trying to gain an advantage in the 1st inning.
Mm-hmm.
In 1 inning, you're trying to gain an advantage, and you think I just outsmarted the whole, team there. I really got a big advantage, and now you have no high leverage guys. Walker is a good high leverage pitcher. He's got good stuff.
Yep.
He's got good stuff, but they don't use him that way. So it's just whatever. It's mind-boggling. And I'm sure if you ask them the question, well, do you know why I do that? Have you thought about that? Do you know the answer to that? It's like, do you, Gabe? It's not working.
Just a way to deflect.
Mm-hmm. And, they've got a winning record. They're 7 over 500. And
No, in bullpen games, that's starting to close up. Remember, they were 15-5 in bullpen games. I think they're more like 15-10 or 15-11 now. It's not looking good.
The problem is like half their games are bullpen days. So it's like it's just gonna I mean, how many that just says to you, 15-10, that's 25 games. Why
Yeah.
do you have 25 games in a year that are bullpen games? You should have at most 10 or 15 throughout the whole year.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's really something that's I know it's not going to change this year. They're not going to magically just start throwing out 5 starters.
No.
Hopefully Harrison can come up, be one of them. Stripling, I'm sorry, guys. Super nice guy. Great
Just doesn't
guy.
have it. Just doesn't have it.
And one of the nicest guys you'll probably meet in baseball. And I don't really even blame him. He's been,
He's been tinkered with too.
He's been tinkered with. They've changed this. They told him he was going to be a starter. Sounds like maybe they tinkered with his off-speed pitches. I don't know exactly, but he's thrown 20 gopher balls, 3 more today, and he in 77 innings. That's 3.5. That's one every 3.5 innings.
That's way too much.
I mean,
that's
an average.
You can't have someone like that on your staff. You can't.
Yeah, and I think they're going to do something. The fact that Kapler was quoted, or Kapler says your back sore, and he was kind of like, see, they don't communicate. Kapler doesn't communicate at all to these guys. He even said the other day, when Brandon comes out, do I need to go tell Brandon why he come out? No, that's just the way.
Communication and consistency, 2 things this team doesn't have.
Yeah, so guys don't know, and I'm telling you, Eric, you said it, that he thinks maybe we don't know for sure, but indications are
it looks
that he
way,
could be losing the locker room because Wood's not happy. Doesn't sound like Stripling's.
I think he's lost the pitching staff for sure because I doubt Webb's happy being pulled.
We saw last year Zach Littell get taken out of a game and say something to Kapler, which caused Kapler to, when he got back in the dugout, pull Littell into the tunnel and give him the 3rd degree, and then a day or 2 later he was DFA'd or something. Or
sent down to AAA.
Sent down, and then they DFA'd him. That was just a passive aggressive move too. They sent him to AAA and he never came back up again.
No, if you just DFA him at that point, like you don't. If you're going to cut bait, just cut bait. You don't need to mess with the guy's future.
But I think these guys I can't speak for, I can only surmise, but I interviewed Stephen Piscotty, and we played it on this show. And, the goal was for him to make the 26-man opening day roster, but I asked him if he didn't, what was the plan? He says, well, he's going to, go down to SAC and try and earn his way back up. Well, Haniger got hurt. Slater got hurt. They didn't have one healthy right-handed outfielding bat on the opening day roster. Not one.
Not one. They didn't have it for like the first month. We went through that, remember?
Yeah. And they did not give a roster spot to Stephen Piscotty, who, by the way, hit the ball great in the spring, was driving it. I was like, oh, was that Haniger? Oh, no, that was Piscotty. Someone just go deep, boom. He was smacking the ball. In fact, Eric, go ahead and pull up the NorCal Sports and we'll play there's a little spot. See if you can find it. There's an interview in there with me asking Kapler a question about Piscotty. But Piscotty asked for his release. He could have gone to Sacramento. He asked for his release, and he spent his entire year in AAA with the White Sox organization. What does that tell you? Tells you he'd rather be unemployed or employed somewhere else with a shot to make the majors than play with this Mickey Mouse chess moves that Farhan pulls off. He said, he realized if I can't make the team coming out of spring training with my resume with no Haniger and no Slater, when am I ever going to be on this team? And if I get called up, is it just to fill in for a week? Who wants that? That's what I'm saying. Guys like Austin Wins, when he got DFA'd, was it this year? Yeah, in spring. He cleared waivers, could have stayed with the Giants, asked for his release. What does that tell you? Tells me that guys would rather be, look, I don't want to be in your system because you just play with the back end of your 40 or your non-roster guys. You just use us and you bring us up for a game or two when you need us, and then you send us right back down. Guys want to build a career out, and they'd rather do it in an organization that least communicates.
Yeah, I can't find that in there. I think that's something you must have played that's not on the channel because I can't find it in the channel.
All right, let me work on it. You go ahead and wrap up here for 5-10 minutes, and I'll work on it.
All right, sounds good. All right, what do we got in the chat here? Let's see. A lot of Gabe talk, of course. That's kind of been the highlight of the day. Man, it just gets me. I'll cool down and I start thinking about it, and I just get pissed off all over again. It's just it's weak. It's really weak, and I've had about enough of it, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's really hard to get behind. It's hard to get behind an organization that you always root for, and you just see how that the road that it's going down, that it has gone down and continues to go down. It just makes it really frustrating as a fan to see where it's going, because it could be so much better, and that's the frustrating part of it. We're seeing glimpses of what the future could look like. Doesn't mean that does it mean all these guys are going to pan out? No, but that if some of these guys put in some work, that they have the chance to really be something big with the organization.
Yeah, all these guys have the tools to do it, but I'm thinking, let's face it, probably 50% of their top prospects aren't going to make it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if 75 will make it.
Well, see, here's the part, because it's, usually you have a few that are going to break through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you supplement them with veterans. That's what you're supposed to do. Giants, they did really well in being able to have so many young guys come up in a reasonably same amount of time. So that was something special. But you got to be able to win on trades. And what I mean by winning on trades, I'm not talking about the money that transacts. I'm talking about the talent. You have to win in the talent acquisition and trades and the talent acquisition in free agency. And when you can't make it on those, and then you have a horrible strategy and how to game plan,
you're relying on your
it's a recipe
on your
of
young
disaster.
kids. It's a recipe
Hey guys,
of disaster.
real quick, Sacramento just beat Tacoma 9-2 tonight, and 3 for 4 for Casey Schmidt with 2 RBIs, a home run.
Good for him.
Yep.
Viarg went 3 for 5. This Alvarez kid, this older kid, guy 29, 3 for 3. He keeps hitting pretty well there, but
He was 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. I was reading the wrong. Yeah, but this kid, Avila, I don't know. He's 14-0. What the heck with a 3.43 ERA? He's a reliever, but 3.43 ERA in the Pacific Coast League is really good.
Yeah, that's good.
But what the heck?
How
do you go 14-0? Never heard of the guy.
He must always pitch the 5th inning.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe so. He gets the 5th inning. Yeah,
that's his.
And you know what? He did pitch the 5th inning tonight.
There you go.
That's true. He pitched the 5th inning. So he goes in with the lead, and
Yeah.
and they end up holding. And then if they lose, he doesn't get the loss. He just that's probably what it is. That's funny. Good point.
Fitzgerald is doing. Do you think Fitzgerald has a chance on this roster next year?
I do. Yeah.
Where does he fit in?
That's the issue. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to make some.
To me, he'd be your utility guy. He'd be your guy that moves all around. He's Chris Taylor.
Okay.
I'd make him into Chris Taylor because he's got speed. He could play center. If you could play center, you could play the corners. He could play short. He could play third. You can even play him in first base. I mean, guys could learn first base. That's 8 positions he could play on the or 7. He could play 7 positions probably. That's what I would make him, and make him a guy that gets to play a lot and give other guys rest. The
Giant. Right now,
good point, El Scorpio. Go ahead.
He is. Right now, the Giants have a lot of good prospects, and let's just say all their prospects pan out, all their good ones. You're gonna have Ramos, Matos, and Meckler in your outfield. Schmidt, Luciano, and Estrada.
Well, you heard Jeff. They're probably gonna have Slater and Yaz back.
And I mean,
yeah, I'm sure they are.
I mean, what? Yeah, and Yaz is going to go for $9 million. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I hope they.
You have to. If these young kids are the future, Slater and Yaz, they're not the future. They are your past. They're role players. These young kids are everyday players with athleticism. These guys can carry your team to a championship in a few years. If all goes to plan, those guys are there. You just need to sign a first baseman. That's all you need to do, and a few vets to supplement the team. I mean, it's really not that hard. It's not that hard.
I agree.
We talked about this the other day, saying, they're coming back. If it's the same organization, which all indications are it's going to be the same. Yeah, it's going to be the same guys back. Just for all it is, it's pure money value, right? The value associated with the money, and it's pathetic.
Do they want to be back though? That's a question.
Yeah, of course, because where else are they going to get this much run? You know what I'm saying? Slater's looked at as
Slater's getting platooned every day.
He's looked upon as some kind of a savior. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get that. He ain't gonna get that type of adoration in another club.
That's true.
In another club, he's probably in their AAA. I hate to say it, but we have a lot of young guys, but we also got to get some really good major league caliber players. I mean, people like Rhys Hoskins or Cody Bellinger or it's of that ilk, if you know what I'm saying. Because you can you run it with all rookies? You can, but you got to supplement. That's all other teams have done. You know what I'm saying? Like the Astros, even though they had all those young rookies, you had Verlander come in. You had Beltran come in. You had who else was
Gurriel,
Jackie Bradley.
Gurriel,
Jackie Bradley. Who was the other one? Who am I thinking of? The lefty, the left-handed back kid, Brantley.
Yeah, Brantley.
You had veteran presence. Maldonado. I mean, you think of it. Yeah, thank you, Ted. Michael Brantley. That's what you do. You build. You get your core, and then you supplement them with the veterans, and you're cooking with something.
Your veterans have to be good, though.
But they got that. That's what I'm saying. Your veterans can't be a Slater. It can't be a
Nope.
Yaz is a good player, and I'm not talking ill of them, as people. I'm talking about, as their value on the ball field. You just need everyday guys.
Yep.
We've said it a million times. If you want to tinker with the bottom of the lineup, 7 through 9, I get it. That makes sense. But when you're constantly adjusting the lineup every day, I mean, it's nauseating. Yeah, I agree. Hiroku Bellinger isn't coming here to platoon. And that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't sign with the Giants in the offseason. They probably told him, hey, this is the plan we got for you. And he probably was like, yeah, no, I probably could get a starting position elsewhere. And not only that, it's going to help my career because I'll be an everyday player instead of being getting paid as a platoon player. You think he's going to have this kind of success if he was a platoon? No way. No way. And I agree, glass half full. It's time to clean house. It's over, man. I've had enough of this crap. And I don't know how many other Giants fans are fed up with it. I'm sure there's probably some that's still out there that have some kind of support or loyalty to Farhan and Kapler. Why? I don't know. I mean, that's their prerogative. They want to. That's on them. But yeah. But I mean, what else is there to say? Just one of those kind of days, I guess. And they can't stop opening their mouths and sticking their foot in it as well. I don't know. Is Conforto opting out? MF asks. I wouldn't. Or if I was him, heck yeah, I would opt out. I would opt out in a heartbeat. You know, first off, he'll probably be able to get paid more. Again, like I said, the free agent market's going to be pretty thin, so he should be able to sign on somewhere with a fairly decent contract. It may not be exactly what he wants, but it'll be a lot more than what the Giants would pay. That's for sure. Yeah, exactly, El Scorpio. Yep, exactly. It's a weak class for free agency this year. No doubt about it. He would be the next biggest one, probably behind, well, actually, he would be behind Cody Bellinger and even Reese Hoskins. But as far as outfielders?
And Soler, maybe.
What's our pitching rotation for next year? That's what Robert's asking. Good question. Your guess is as good as mine because I don't know. We know Webb, and I think Cobb. I think he's signed for another year.
Webb, Cobb, Harrison. You think Wisenhunt's gonna be?
No, he's got. I haven't heard nothing, but he had that elbow injury, so I don't know what's going on with him. Harrison will probably be part of it. DeSclafani will be part of it because he's in a 3-year deal. So you got Webb, Cobb, probably Harrison, DeSclafani.
DeSclafani's not going to be pitching that.
Wood, I'm not sure where Wood is on his.
I think DeSclafani's going to get in. They're just going to put him on injured again.
Well, suppose he had a PRP injection in his elbow. If that doesn't work, then you got to get Tommy John and then wipes him out.
Yeah, didn't he have the same thing like in his back a few years ago or something?
I don't know. If he has to wind up going under the knife, then that wipes out his last year. So you're paying him $12 million for
that. Might be the best option though.
Or unless he decides to hang it up, because how old is he? I don't know if he may want to still come back. Who knows? Birdsong, yeah, because I know he just got promoted to AA. I don't know how he's been doing in AA, but yeah, he's on the move as well. You got Mason Black that's in AAA. He probably needs a little bit more time there.
Mm-hmm. He might.
But the next year's rotation, that's going to be up in the
training.
I forgot about Stripling and Manaea. Duh. But I don't even know if I consider him part of the rotation. That's the problem.
I don't think Stripling's back because I don't think he wants to be on this team.
Well, Manaea, yeah, it depends.
Manaea, I don't know.
Maybe not. He may want to test it too because he's actually putting up decent numbers.
I think he'll test because
he may decide to opt out now.
Starting lefty pitchers go for a lot, and I think he sees himself as a starter.
And his last few outings have been okay.
Oh yeah.
So maybe he will opt out. I don't know. Lydia says don't totally believe Manaea should go. He could be a piece next year, but does he want to stick around? That's the bigger question. Who knows? Sign Bumgarner to a 2-year, 10. I think the only way Bumgarner comes back is if that current regime is gone. Maybe, Buster Posey will be part of the organization, so that relationship's there. And it's not like his arm is fine. I guess from what Bochy was saying, his hip is giving him issues. So we'll see. I guess Bochy gave him some advice. I don't know if you guys heard where the heck what interview did I hear that on?
That what?
Bochy, did I read it? Yeah, I think because Bochy said he had talked to Bumgarner after he was released, and he told him, just take some time, get healed up, because I guess he had a hip problem. So we'll
Is
see
he
what
ever
happens.
gonna? I don't know if we'll ever see him again because he seems like the type of dude to just live on his ranch. And
Maybe he got paid, but who knows?
got
Maybe
paid.
he's got that. One thing I'll give him, he's got that competitive fire in his
he
gut.
does,
That's huge.
but he's
So
also stubborn. He's very stubborn.
which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it can be. I mean, if it's a roadblock, then of course, then it's an issue. But we'll see. Eric, Dan, Bora, are you guys going to winter meetings? I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dan, you going to the winter meetings?
If I can get a credential, I will. I'm not going to go without it. If I can get, yeah, that'll be the key. Because last year I didn't, I was just free to walk around the lobby, but without the credential, you can't get behind certain.
Oh, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, you can't get into some of the meetings and.
How would you get the credential?
Same way I got the credential through this spring, through a media partner that do some work with, and then get the Giants, credential. I would have, if I was up in the Bay Area this year, I would have been right there with Danny Emmerman today, listening to that question. But it's now that I'm in Arizona, it's just hard to get up there for the whole thing, and I'm just glad I didn't keep my season tickets, which I wouldn't need them this year, but I'm glad. Even I would be really ticked if I had my season tickets. I would have lost a ton of money, tons of money. I'm trying to pull this up here. I'm going to see if I can do this. I may have that one question ready to go in about 2 minutes.
Oh, you're uploading it?
Yeah, I'm going to see if it'll work.
Nice.
That's what I was doing in the background there when I was on my phone. I was looking for the file or okay, what's today? Say the 16th. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but so yeah, I mean, guys, it's I didn't think about the numbers, the percentages when you look at how ESPN had the Giants still at, what was it, 65%?
66%.
Let's see what Fangraphs has them at.
Yeah, see what Fangraphs has.
Fangraphs has them at 65. Yeah, so about the same.
That's interesting. So it was Philly had the highest of the wild card, because we know 2 of the 3 division winners. I mean, we know.
Yeah, the Phillies are at 85%.
Yeah, we know that the Phillies are probably the number 4 seed. That means if the Giants finish 5, they got to go to Philly for 3. Pretty ugly. And then if they're the 6, they'd be better off being the 6 and hoping Milwaukee wins the division. Maybe Chicago, because Milwaukee's got a 1-2 punch and Burns and what is it?
Woodruff.
Yeah, Woodruff. But who knows? Maybe the Giants, if they make it by that time, Haniger's healthy, Conforto's healthy, and those guys are able to hit. Yaz is healthy. You get the right-handed pitching, and you get, because Jeff brought it up that in the beginning of the year they were doing well, and I remember, wow, that left-handed lineup looks pretty good. It was the right-handed lineup that was awful, but you had, you could have Conforto and Yaz, and if Haniger's probably in there, but then Wade and Crawford, and I don't know. It'll be interesting. This will be an interesting month, the next 2 weeks, because lots of guys are getting their releases right now. They picked up this Camargo guy that was released. Today, Luke Weaver was released by the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, is that a possible innings eater type guy, or is he just another
But
DeSclafani?
that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, do we want to?
I don't know
You
if we want an innings eater though, because that might be another
And
Stripling.
that's for like beginning of the season type stuff, not necessarily now. You know.
Oh, he's horrible.
He's not good. That's why he's released.
He's a 7 ERA.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign him up.
Somebody had mentioned it in the chat, so I was just
He'd fit right in.
let me see if this will add. Nope, it didn't do it. This thing drives me nuts. Like half the time it works and the other half the time it doesn't work. It's like, why would that do that? Convert more files. Okay, let's run device. All right, maybe this will work. Yeah, it's not a big deal, though. It's just a question I had with Piscotty. And then I did ask him, I found one where I was talking to him about Kapler, the question of with Crawford giving him, resting. And I said, with the latest setback, because he got, and what do you think his response was? It's like, well, we wouldn't call this a setback. Well, what the heck do you call it?
Who knows?
His knee flared up, and it's just like, I mean, he should be the White House press secretary. Gosh, I mean, that's a job that you got to lie all the time, right? I mean, golly, we wouldn't classify. Well, it's not a setback. It's like, yeah, well, it's just a brand new injury.
Yep. Where the heck is this?
Okay. Yeah. All right. And it takes a long time to convert this thing. We'll see if it gets it done here. And then there we go. Let's see. I'm going to play it here or see if it converted. Maybe. There we go. It is. It's working. All right. So what's the chat saying out here tonight? We got how many in the room? 70?
Let's see. Yeah, we got about 70 right now.
Michael Rotter says, I am Lydia. What's that? Maybe she's using.
No,
I think
look at
answering
Lydia.
a question.
Oh, Lydia P. Giants didn't get Verlander. Is everyone happy about that? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Have you seen Max Scherzer's starts since he got traded?
The other day was pretty solid. He went 9, complete game.
Did he? And the game before that, he had a rough first inning, but then he locked it in.
Yep, locked it in. The other night was a couple nights ago. He went 9.
Wow.
And Boach lets him go 9.
Why not?
Max is going to be like, man, I am so rejuvenated.
Oh, exactly. Can you imagine? I mean, you got a 3-time World Series manager that's,
Yeah. Mark says, looks like I'm doing well with my back. Yeah, it's doing not too bad. I have a little numbness down my legs still, but I don't understand if that's just part of the healing process. I don't know. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me finish with pull it. All right, here we go. Here's an interview I had with Kapler. Well, it wasn't me, just me. It was the spring training. It's kind of fun to go back. I was listening to some of the other ones, listening to Alex Wood and a lot of stuff I never just published. They're still on my phone, but just asking questions about how they like being in this pitching. And it's like, well, I remember Alex Wood said, we really don't know what's happening at the beginning of the season, who's starting the first, they had no clue. But he said, probably in a few more days we'll hear. But anyway, this is with several of the other reporters, and I asked him about Stephen Piscotty. It's only 2 minutes long, so maybe a little after the 1 minute mark sometime I asked him about Piscotty. So here it is.
You did a really nice job overall. those 4 pitching metrics you guys have.
Sorry?
Those 4 pitching metrics you guys have displayed in the clubhouse. The
Yep.
strike throwing. He had kind of been toward the bottom of those. Was it important to see him fill up the zone in the game today?
We always pay close attention to those process metrics, and ironically, we were talking about Jelly during the game today. I think he was at the top of the process metrics, and he's still doing a lot of the same. With Alex, we know this guy. We're trying to get him ready for the season. So there might be some ebbs and flows within those process metrics for Alex, but we know who he is. You've seen enough of him.
A couple of hits, just makes that nice future thoughts on his day.
Yeah, I mean, just like his whole camp has been very focused, healthy, athletic, and making good decisions on the baseball field, both at the plate and on the dirt, on the bases too. He's just been a good all-around player for us. I feel like he's ready for the season.
I didn't quite hear what Susan said, but is Piscotty, you saw him today come up with a big hit, 2 bases loaded, 2 strikes on a right hand against Syndergaard. Looks like, with the right-handed injuries to the right-handed batters, does that improve his shot at making the 26-man roster, you think?
Piscotty's had a nice camp for us. I don't think it's about today. I mean, he had nice at-bats today, but it's much more about his camp, and its entirety has been professional and sort of what we expected. A veteran player making a lot of veteran plays throughout camp. Feel good about where Steven is. Sweet, thanks.
Feel good about where Steven is. We're going to send him down to AAA. He's not making the roster.
And you're going to sign Beatty at the last minute.
Yeah, Beatty. Where's Warren Beatty now?
Warren
or Matt Beatty, I know. I mean, come on. Matt Beatty, this is the kind of stuff that they do. That
they made no sense.
That you could have had Piscotty all year and you needed him. You didn't have any reliable right-handed bats. And would Piscotty have performed well? Who knows?
Exactly.
Maybe we don't know. But you didn't give him a shot after he probably was your second best hitter in the spring behind Casey Schmidt. So that is the kind of things that just drive you crazy. Piscotty was only 32 from the Bay Area, maybe playing at home, would have had really nice, would have maybe had a Renaissance type year coming back, maybe not, but you never found out. And Piscotty didn't want to wait around to find, because he saw that, look,
he saw the writing on the wall.
Hey, writing's on the wall. If you can't make the roster and you're not carrying any right-handed outfielding bats on the roster after having a good camp, why would you hang around? So, we don't know, but we haven't seen much of Ramos. Ramos will probably not play until Sunday when they face Max Fried.
Yep.
They face Strider on Monday. So my guess is they go with their lineup of Sable in left, Meckler in center, Conforto in right, first base, Wade, Estrada, Crawford, and Davis, Bailey, and then Jock DHing. And, I wonder what happens. What do you think happens with Sable when Yaz comes back? I know he's going to stay on the roster, but what do you think that does to his?
I bet you Meckler gets sent back down.
That's right.
I'll bet you. That's what will happen.
Yep.
You can't get rid of, you can't get rid of Sable.
Yeah, you can't get rid of Sable because he's Rule 5. Now, wouldn't it be typical for the Giants to hang on to Sable till September and then
let him go? I could see that. I could totally see that.
Like, oh, we had to make a decision. So
that's what's going to happen. Meckler's going to go down when Yaz comes back because we were already talking about that. We were going to say Yaz is going to, or not Yaz. We said that Matos was going to go down when Yaz comes back. But who knows when Yaz is coming back?
Well, now
That's
who's going to be the two guys you think that come up in September? Now that the fact that you're, Luciano's been out. I mean, I would think Schmidt would
I
be
think
one.
Schmidt, assuming Meckler goes down.
Yeah, maybe it's Schmidt and Meckler, or maybe it's maybe Matos, but I don't think Matos is going to get a shot again. I really don't. According to Kapler, they told him they want him to work on his, beefing up, getting more strength.
that doesn't happen in 2 months.
Right. But that just tells me
Yeah.
okay, we've seen enough. And he made some mistakes out in the outfield, got some late jumps on balls coming in, which is funny because when I saw him in the fall league, I was like, wow, he totally misjudged that ball coming in. It was a, looper coming in and he took a step back, and he was starting to do that recently.
You know what, though? Ramos has a super strong arm.
Yeah, did you see that throw from?
He almost picked him off. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael Rutter says Ramos goes down for Yaz. I don't know because he's a lefty, and I think they need another right-handed bat in the outfield other than Slater.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, so it's going to be interesting because those two guys. I mean, could Bart be one of them?
I doubt it.
Doubt it.
I think they will try to trade him in the offseason, and I don't think they want to. Because
I do think
hitting.
Jeff. I do think if they make the playoffs, I was in agreement with Jeff. I think they go with Sable. With Bart. I don't think Sable makes the playoff roster.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't see them carrying 3 catchers.
Right. I think Bart and
I could see that.
Bailey.
Man, you really think they would, after Sable's been with the team the whole year, leaving him off the roster?
Does that do something to his?
Nope. Because he kept him for the entire regular season is the rule. So
I think that would be bad.
Hey, in a way, not really, because frankly, if they were loaded with guys that were performing and really, really top players midway through the season, and he wasn't performing, they may have just said, hey, we can't carry that roster spot because we're keeping guys down. They've had so many injuries, and they've been able to work at keeping them. And he's a good player. I like Blake Sable. I really do. I think he's got a good, solid major league career ahead of him.
Yeah.
And he's going to get better. So, but it's about room for the roster. So if they made the roster, let's say everything's healthy. Let's close it with this. Let's put our playoff rosters together real quick, and assuming no injuries to anybody. I'll go first. My outfielders are Yaz, Conforto, Slater. What's his name? Haniger. Thank you. I couldn't get it. That's 4. And I think they would go with Pollock. Otherwise, I think they would have DFA'd Pollock instead of who'd they just DFA the other day?
Luis Gonzalez.
Didn't they do DFA somebody else too?
No, I think
they put DeSclafani on the 60. That's right. So I think they like the idea of a veteran who could play all 3 outfield positions, and it gives them the second right-handed bat with some power. So you have Slater and Pollock. And then you have the 3 lefties, Yaz, Conforto. Oh, no, and you had Haniger. Wait, so you have 3 righties, 2 lefties, plus they can use Wade or Peterson with lefties if they want to move to the outfield. So they got enough lefties on the outfield. So I think that's their outfield. I think they go with 5. Their infield, that's 5, right? I give you 5 outfielders?
I think, you said Conforto, Haniger, Slater, Yaz,
and Pollock.
Hey, real quick, guys. I have to head out.
All right. No worries.
All right. Very good. Send us in your. You want to send this in your playoff roster? Or you got.
Okay.
You can type it in. Type it in.
I'll text it to you. I'll text it.
Okay,
to you.
text me and
All right,
I'll
cool.
read it off. Okay,
All right.
give me probably 12 pitchers, or you can go 13 and 13. But I
What
think
is
it
it?
might
28, right?
26.
26. Okay.
Yeah, it goes
I
back
think
down
I
to
think it's going to
26.
be for the first round. I think it's going to be 14 position 12 because it's only 3-game series. I think they go with 12 pitchers on the to start. So anyway,
All right.
text it to me and we'll read it.
All right.
Thanks,
See ya.
Bora. All
Bye.
right, Bora, everybody. So I got my 5 outfielders. My infielders, I'll go around from first to third. I'm going to go Wade and Flores. I'm at 7. I got Estrada 8, Crawford 9, Davis 10. I got 2 catchers. I think it's Bailey and Bart. That's 12. I need a backup infielder, at least 1, maybe 2. I'm going to go with backup infielder. Okay. If you go, I already had Wade and I got Jock too. I forgot Jock. That's 13. So I only have 1 backup infielder. Jock's my DH. It's Casey Schmidt. That's my playoff roster because I think defense might win. It could be Luciano if he's back healthy and smoking, but I think it's going to be Schmidt. So I got Schmidt.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mark, we are.
What's Mark saying?
We're talking about playoffs.
Yeah, we're just whatever. Just seeing. We're just 41 games to go. If they make it, we'll come back and see how right we were if they made it. All right. So that's my my position players. My pitchers are Webb, Cobb. This is bad.
I know.
Webb and Cobb. That's it. Nobody else pitches.
Nobody else.
Webb and Cobb. I'm going to say Harrison makes it. I think Harrison's part of the plan. Webb, Cobb, Harrison, Mania. That's 4. I think Junis may have worked his way onto it. 5. And then my relievers, no DeSclafani. I don't know if they carry Wood or not. They may or may not. Questionable. It's Wood or Junis. Okay, that's your 5. Then your relievers are going to be, of course, the 2 Rogers brothers. I need 7. 2 Rogers and Walker 3, Duvall 4, Junis 5. Not Junis. I mean Jackson 5. Alexander 6. Maybe Wood. Maybe that. There you go. Over Beck.
That's
just
interesting.
So Bora's text. You got yours?
I kind of got an idea. Well, first off, if this is if they make the playoffs, that's going to be the caveat. But yeah, Conforto will be in there. Center field, I'm thinking it still might be. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be Meckler. I don't know if Yaz is going to be the man. To be honest with you, right now, because
if he's healthy. Remember, I said if healthy.
He said if healthy, right?
If healthy, there's
I'm
no
going to
way
say
there's not leaving Yaz off the roster.
Conforto, Meckler, left field will probably be. Man, they will probably give it to Haniger, but again, that's going to depend on how I guess he's producing. But that's what it's. I'll say Haniger, Meckler, and Conforto. The back, and you said usually you go with 2 outfield back. Yeah, probably 2, huh? I don't think Pollock's going to be on there. To be honest with you, I think they might actually keep Ramos on the playoff roster for that right-handed bat. I really do. I think they'll do that.
With speed, maybe.
Yep, speed, and he's got that pop. He has the pop. So that's 4. So that's 4 outfielders. I'll keep it with that for now. First base, of course, will be Wade. Second base will be Estrada. Shortstop will be Crawford. Third base, I think, is going to be Flores. I don't think it's going to be JD. The way that they're playing right now, I think it might be Flores just because of his, unless they use him as a DH.
Okay, so
Maybe Jock and him will maybe alternate DH depending on who's pitching.
Are you carrying Davis on the roster?
Yeah, I'm carrying Davis on the roster for sure.
Okay, it doesn't matter who starts. Just pick.
Okay, yeah, and then so Flores, Davis. How many? That's what, 4, and that's 9. And you said you got to have 12 usually, 12 position players.
Probably 14, 13 minimum.
Oh, 13.
14 is what I did.
Yep, gotcha. Because then you got Jock as DH.
Where you at 10?
That's 10.
You got your catchers. There's 2.
It's going to be Bailey and Sable.
Okay, 12.
And then let's see. And then I agree with you. I think Schmidt might be back up for infield depth because he can play second. He can play second, short, and third. So yeah,
right.
that will round out the position.
So you don't have Yaz on the roster.
I don't have Yaz on the roster. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be healthy enough. I don't see it.
I said.
No. I know that. I'm just saying, even if he comes back healthy, I don't think it's going to last. I think something's going to happen to him.
All right. I'll tell you what. If he's healthy, he's on the roster.
Yeah.
Book it. They're not putting Meckler on unless Meckler's hitting 400.
Yeah, but what other left-handed hitting outfielder do they got?
I mean,
that's the problem.
I mean,
Yaz is all he was doing is running around the damn bases, and he aggravates it again.
I would hold him back for another 3 weeks because he's going to do it again.
Yep.
And it's his 4th time. It's almost like how common. I mean, it's sad for him, but it's like, come on, dudes. The people who are in charge of sports medicine, if you say strictly, shut him down.
Ramos is not striking out a lot. His issue was his ground ball rate. He was hitting way too many ground balls. He's not striking out. He's right around league average for strikeouts. So he's not striking out a lot, and he's got the power. Pitching, I think I'm gonna probably go along with what you're saying of Webb, Cobb. Honestly, for a 3-game series, you're gonna need 3. You just need 3 starters. That's all you need. So it's probably gonna be Webb, Cobb, and oh man, who the hell you want to throw in there on the third?
I think I put Harrison just because I think
I thought about that too, but I just don't know. Man, I don't know.
Can't count. It could be Mania.
It could be Mania. It could also. Junis, his last outing
could be Junis. Yeah.
Maybe it will depend on who they're playing, and they'll set it according to who they're playing. If they have a lot of lefties, it'll be Mania.
A lot of righties, be Junis, yeah.
Maybe that's how it goes. But I like what you said with of course, Duvall, the Taylor's brothers. I think Mania, if he's not a starting pitcher, he needs to probably be in there for a lefty. He's been doing a fairly reasonable job as a lefty out of the pen. Luke Jackson, gosh. Whew. I guess you kind of have to. What other righty are you going to have in there?
Man, if these guys, they set up 10, 12 guys on a roster for the playoff. Man, if I was in a 1-game playoff and I had my 2 starters that were, that got into the 1-game wild card playoff like it used to be.
Yeah.
And you had 2 of your top starters that could go. They were in, the spot of the rotation where they hadn't pitched in the last 3-4 days. Man, I would go with 2 of my starters, and I'd carry like 6 of I'd carry 2 long guys, like a Junis or a Mania or a Strip, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have 2 starters, and then I'd put my 6 long guys, or not, my high leverage guys, and playing 1 game, I'd stack 16 roster guys on there, man.
Yeah, why not?
10 pitchers, and I'd have 16 because I would want to be pinch hitting and doing whatever I needed. Pinch running. I wouldn't want to run out of players. I'd have, what would that leave you? 7, 8 guys on the bench. Yeah. 1 game only. But I don't know why they always stack them with 12, it seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Maybe there's a rule you can have to have a minimum. Maybe you have to have a minimum of 12 pitchers. I don't know, but I would like, man, I'd be even tempted to go with like 18 and 8. You know, how many pitchers you need for one game if you got your two top starters available,
Right.
and then I mean,
Well,
unless
you have to save one of them because one of them's going to have to start the next game if you advance.
right. I know, but
I would do one starter and then the long men, and then
But I mean, the other thing you got to worry about, I guess, in a playoff game is an 18-inning game, because there is no Manford man on second in the playoffs, ghost runner. So
That's right. No ghost runners. Yeah.
yeah. So let me read Bora's lineup and then we'll get out of here.
Gotcha. Los is in here. I guess he's saying he just got back.
Oh,
Just got back. He really needs to close a loan. Help.
yep. Yeah. Hey guys, you need a new mortgage loan. You want to refinance? Call Los. He's the man. If you need your parents, your grandparents, somebody that wants to do a type of loan where they cash out and don't have to make a payment back. They can live in the house for the rest of their lives, use up that equity, get a bunch of money. Call Los. You could cash out. You could, if you got a $700,000, $1,000 home, $1 million home in the Bay Area, and they're a little older and they need some cash, they could probably take $400,000 or $500,000 out and not have to pay it back.
Yep.
That's right. Give Los a call. Put up his number there. I don't have it right in front of me.
Got it right here.
All right, man. Hey, your grandparents or parents are struggling and have equity in their home. Give Los a call. All right. Here's Bora's infield. Estrada, Crawford, Davis, Wade, Schmidt. Estrada, Crawford, Davis, Wade, Schmidt. And then he's got outfield Meckler, Slater, Yaz, Ramos, Conforto. And then he's adding catchers, Bailey and Bart, and then utility guys, DHs, Flores and Peterson. So he left off Haniger. Okay.
He did. Yeah, I noticed that.
He went with Meckler and Ramos.
And he left off Sable, too.
I don't think they're going to leave off Haniger, but unless he's not healthy or something. But his pitching, Webb, Cobb, Minaya, Harrison, Junis, Alexander, Walker, Duvall, Rogers, and Jackson. No Stripling, no Wood, and no, what's the other long guy? Stripling, Wood. I guess it's those two. He's got Minaya and Junis. He's got Minaya and Junis. So yeah, there we go. So pretty similar. We'll have to go back and listen to this because see who's right. I didn't write mine down. I got Boros.
Me neither.
Mine. I can remember yours.
It's pretty much the same as yours. It's almost the same as yours, except I left Meckler on instead of Yaz, and I left Sable on instead of Bart.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Now, I thought your roster sounded more kind of.
The only one I left off in the outfield was Yaz, and I swapped him with Mech. And then in the infield, it was all the same, but I had Sable instead of Bart.
I gotcha. And we're daydreaming, of course, if they make the playoffs. And really, if they do even, make the playoffs, isn't this kind of a
oh man, Los, what is that? I like Meckler, but I don't know about 2 for 4 against Strider. Yeah.
Hey, where'd my
I don't know. Like I said, too many adult beverages, I think, there, Los.
What did he say? Meckler
He
goes
says
2 for 4.
Meckler goes 2 for 4 versus Strider. Book it.
He might.
I
expect
don't know.
fastballs.
Strider?
Hey, Strider's not invincible.
He's not, but he's pretty damn good.
Meckler can hit, though. Meckler can hit. He knows how to hit.
That's the vodka talking. Oh, yeah, even Hiroku. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's what Kapler did earlier today.
No,
Hey,
here's
Los,
here's
you missed it.
Kapler. This is the front office of the Giants. It's a circus show. It's a circus show. Yep. And there we go. Yeah, this Kapler, when he got asked that question today by Danny Emmerman, he might have just well have said,
Yeah.
oh man. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm talking about tough questions.
Where we got here? Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, Spencer Strider right now, he's 13-4, 3.7 ERA, 139 innings pitched, 217 strikeouts.
Los, he says, Braves are sweeping, but Meckler will hit. I trust my eyes even with some drinks.
No, don't get me wrong. You know, Meckler, he's good, but against Strider,
Can you play that video again? Which video are we talking about? Oh, the Kapler one.
oh man, let's not do that again. It's just going to get me all pissed off all over again.
Hey, I want to see Eric go completely nuts again. Let's ruin Eric's sleep tonight.
My goodness.
Oh man, Eric, when you get going, man.
I get going, man. That was a good one earlier today. I had to. Even after that, I was still raring to go, man. That really was.
Oh man.
Oh, look, Eric, that's what I want. See, I get what the chat's doing here. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
should we
Come
mess
on,
with,
man.
Should we mess with Eric again? Should we mess with Eric? I mean, come on.
Oh man, look.
We got any good anything to play? Anything anybody's birthday today? Hey, who's got a birthday out there today?
Yeah, anyone's
Come on,
birthday.
put it in
out
the
there.
chat. Put your 58 people. We should have asked when there was almost like near 100. Somebody had a birthday.
Someone had to have a birthday, right?
Yeah, Lydia, that's right. Belt was the skipper originally. That's right. MF, I'm absolutely sick right now. So whose birthday? Who's got a birthday? I thought somebody had a birthday came up recently. Whose birthday today? Let's see.
Oh, there. Hold on 1 second.
What's today? The 16th?
I believe so.
Birthday is August 16th. Who's got a birthday?
Where the heck is?
I don't see anybody's birthday. No one's in the chat that says. Eric says, play. Oh, yeah, the hippo.
Yeah. Oh, the hippo. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, we'll wind up catching a strike for that one.
Yeah.
Play Eric's video. I guess I could replay my rant from earlier. I rewatch Eric Rampage when I got home. Thanks for the support there, Hiroku. I appreciate that. Dan, Saturday is Saturday. Los D.
What's that?
It says Dan's birthday is Saturday.
Oh, that's right. My birthday is Saturday.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we could. Oh man.
Now even Brian's getting into this. Come on, man.
Hey, it's Hugh Darvish's birthday today.
It's Hugh Darvish's birthday. Well, in that case, from the NorCal.
And it's Madonna's today, so we can sing happy birthday to Hugh and to Madonna. And who else has got a famous birthday today? Don't see.
Well, with that, happy birthday to Hugh Darvish and to Madonna.
Thank you, Darvish.
Oh, that's great.
There we go. Brian says, let's mess with Eric some more. Tell him that the Giants are bringing up a prospect no one has heard of, but they can't possibly bring up Harrison because he hasn't shown enough in AAA. Bring up that Avila guy. He's 14-0, right?
There you go.
Yeah, we liked his record, even though he only.
Oh, Roku, man. Happy 100th, Dan. Oh, man, that's rough. That's rough. That's a low blow.
That's low, man. A guy
even with a man recovering from surgery, man, that's pretty bad.
Sitting in the back. I'll have to show you my hole in my back. You want to see the hole in my back?
No, it's okay. Everyone has a hole on their back. We don't need to see yours.
Not that hole. I mean, I got a hole above my hole, man. No, I think it's healed up. No, it's got steri strips over it. You can't see the wound, but yeah.
Hoodie says, got it on repeat all night. Thanks, Eric. You're welcome, Hoodie. Glad to be of service.
What's he want on
Oh, no, I think it's talking about my rant earlier, I think.
Oh, you want me to tell you some Babe Ruth stories, Hiroku, when I was growing up, and tell you about Babe's mom and having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the Babe? Yeah, I'll tell you some stories. Me and Babe were tight.
Oh, man.
What else we got, man? Now we're basically just what do you call it? We're just kind of bantering now.
Yeah, now we're down.
Now we're down to the.
Okay, Hiroku recovered. Hiroku, he says, Dan, you look great.
All right, thank you. Dan voted for Coolidge. Calvin, yeah, man, he was my man. Calvin Coolidge, you bet. Was that 29? I think I voted for him. Yeah. Did the baby?
That was a hell of a year, 29, huh?
Jeez. Stock market crash. Senior softball. Cali Hatch YouTube page.
Is it just Cali Hats? I forgot. I'm gonna have to subscribe to that. Is it just straight up Cali Hats, or do I got to put anything else in there?
Whatever happened to Ford Proctor?
Oh, geez.
I think they took a gamble on Proctor and Procter and Gamble, right? Okay. Yeah. Is he still down at the he got released, I thought.
He might have.
I think he got released.
Hey, see, is it just Cali Hats? That's it? Just Cali Hats? Let's see. Oh, there it is right there, I think.
What are you pulling up, a YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Play my video of catching balls at the River Cats.
That's what I'm trying to find here.
Man, we should get Sean Proctor's video in here hitting a home run at Oracle.
Oh, yeah.
During Giants fantasy camp.
Trying to find it here. A lot of umpiring. Here we go. Hold on. I think we're getting close. Aha! Here we go. All right. Here we go. From our very own NorCal Sports Network correspondent, Senior. Is there music to this? I'm not sure. I don't hear it, but there he is out there in right field.
Oh, I love catching fly balls. That was my thing.
Here we go. Whoop. There we go. There's
Okay.
one between the legs. Nice. He's like, give me another one. Here we go. There you go. Number 2.
Was he supposed to catch him between the legs or just anyway?
Look at Senior. He's trying to be a hot shot, man. He's hot shotting it right now. Oh, he's got to go back on it. Oh, went a little bit too far.
Was he supposed to catch him between the legs, Senior? Were you supposed to, or just catch him?
No, just catch him. That's all you had to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the third one you should have just caught then.
There you go. He's hot shotting it. Nice.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Los. How does Liam catch a freaking foul ball in the game and I couldn't get one in 40 plus years?
You never caught a foul ball, Lowe's?
That's great.
Man, I caught like 5 of them.
That's great.
Oh, I
Hey,
didn't.
you know what else he saw today? He saw it in the park home run. He was at
That's
today's
right.
game.
That's awesome. I don't think Lowe's ever really played ball.
I think
he's
it's a
pulling us,
ruse.
man. I think it's a complete ruse. The fact that
Yeah.
Lowe's said he never caught a ball at Lowe's, you grew up you were in Candlestick. There was only you and me and a few other guys there. How could you not catch a foul ball? Yeah, I think Lowe's probably never. He said he had wheels. He didn't have any wheels. You could have chased down a foul ball at Candlestick. There was nobody for sections. You had to be close to it. Come on, Lowe's.
Here, I think this is what he has for hands right there.
Bricks?
That's why, Los.
Come on, Lowe's,
Come
man.
on, Los. See, that's the problem. That's why you haven't caught a foul ball in 40 years. You got a brick wall for hands.
Oh, man, Lowe's.
Oh, man.
Oh,
We're having too much fun.
yes.
Oh, man. He says, wrong place, wrong time. Oh, brother. He said, ball never came my way. Bad luck. Oh, man. What are you looking at there, Dan? You getting notifications?
Yeah.
I bet you're getting lit up.
Kind of funny. Somebody on Twitter told me to go to bed. It's past my bedtime.
Oh, man, dude.
These young little
Whippersnappers?
yeah, they want to, they call me, hey, old man, go to bed. It's past your bedtime. It's funny. Oh, Joe Bertolucci. I mean, he's got the same birthday as I do. Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, now that's pretty cool. Senior says he caught a Tom Browning foul ball at the stick when I was 11. Chili Davis looked at me and gave me a nod. That's pretty badass. I like that. Awesome.
So, what is this here? What does this feel here? Let me see. Were they talking to?
MF says he caught a home run ball from Carlos Gomez off of Mad Bum. Oh, in spring training. All right, that's still cool though.
Oh, maybe they weren't talking to me. Go to bed. Past. It was just in a link.
Haruki said that wasn't me.
Yeah, I think they're talking to somebody else that was in a link from.
Hey, man, easy eye, the good glove and center. I just saw that. That's good.
We're
just having some fun, Lowe's.
I caught a foul ball once behind home plate brought my catcher's glove because I don't know why, and just grabbed the catcher's glove, had seats right behind the plate, and Davey Lopes hit a foul tip that was flying. It went right over the top of the screen. And
wow.
I was like at Candlestick is, well, there's a lot of room between the screen and the home plate at Candlestick. It wasn't like, so I was sitting
Not right
about
up
10 rows back directly behind the plate. The guys in front of me I remember they were eating and they kind of ducked as it was coming because it was coming fast. It was one of those tips, that
just straight back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And man, I just put the catcher's glove and boom, it went right into the fat part of it. It felt good. And they were like, the guys in front of us, oh, thank you. It's like, man, it was like coming, and I never expected. I don't know why in the heck. I mean, who brings a catcher's glove? But I was never a catcher, but we had a catcher's glove growing up because we used, my brothers and I, we pitched.
Just throw the ball around, yeah.
Well, we pitched to one another, and
yeah.
So one had a catch, one was the catcher, and we had our own gloves. And I had a Babe Ruth bat. Do you know that?
A Babe Ruth bat?
And you know what it said on it?
Babe Ruth?
No, it said George Herman Ruth.
Oh, there you go. George Herman Ruth.
How much would that bat? And we were so naive back then. We used to go play. Some people call it over the line, or, we'd go out and to the park and, we slow pitch to one another. And then you hit, and you had an infielder and an outfielder, and it was 2-on-2. Sometimes we went as much as 3-on-3, widen the field, and then you played between the lines, and then if the infielder had to catch the ball in front of the line. And anyway, we used our bats that we had. My dad was a minor league ball player, got drafted and played for the Seattle.
What was it, like the Aviators or something like that?
Ports. I think it was the Seattle.
I thought they were like that. There's something with being a pilot. I thought it was like the Aviators or something, like a long time ago.
Ports. What was it? Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see if I can find it. He didn't play long because he got called into the military.
When was this, in Korean War?
See, that would have been in the 50s.
Yeah, Korean War. Okay.
Yeah, he. Let's see if I can find. I saw it the other day, and it was kind of like weird. What was that? Let's see. Baseball.
Mark. Maybe one day a kid will catch one and hand it to Lowe's. That was brutal.
My goodness.
Oh, man. Oh, this chat, man, I tell you, it's no holds barred, man. Goodness gracious.
That's funny. Mark Graves. That's the comment of the night. Star that one, and we'll put maybe a kid.
Bay Area Music Lens is asking, is it Louis, Coach Emilio?
It is. Yes.
Well, there you go. Someone's doing some research.
Yep. Louis, Louis Coach Emilio. Can't remember. I thought it was the Stockton. I think it was the Stockton Ports.
Stockton Ports, yeah.
Are they still?
They're still the Stockton Ports. Yep.
Are they serious?
Yeah. Yep.
I think they were affiliated with Cleveland, maybe.
Because I remember that was back in the day when they had the Oakland Oaks.
Right? Yeah.
And San Francisco Seals. They used to play a lot around here. I remember reading some books talking about players, traveling all around Northern California playing minor league baseball.
Yeah, I think it was before I was actually.
Oh, there you go. Bay Area Music Lens is on it. Stockton
You
Ports,
got-
1951.
Yeah, 51. Where'd you find it? Send a link. I found it once before and I can't remember where I found it.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it, buddy.
I don't even think I think he got
Agreed.
he also, my dad.
Crazy George is up there too. Crazy George in Oakland. That guy was a nut.
My dad actually also had a tryout with the Oakland Raiders.
He found it in Baseball Reference.
Baseball Reference. That's where I was looking. Yeah, my dad actually had a tryout with the Raiders in like 60 or 61 or something, somewhere around there. Baseball Reference. What'd you do? Just type in the name under the search?
Yeah, he must have. Maybe he just looked at the last name and it popped up, maybe.
Huh. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, there it is. There it is. Here we go. All right. So,
Oh, man.
there it is. Look at that. He didn't have much. Like I said, he wasn't there long. Louis Kuchmilla, 1950. Oh, am I sharing the screen?
Yep. It shows nothing.
Yeah. Stockton, 1951.
They probably just don't have they have a record that he played, but they probably just don't have any of the box scores or anything.
Yeah, I don't even know what he had, overview. There wasn't, yeah. Stockton.
I can't believe that guy's still around. Crazy George. I guess he's not a mascot. He's just a human. No human can be a mascot. Boy, we break it down here on NorCal Sports Network. What is a mascot? What is not a mascot?
So, but yeah, my dad used to have all these bats and he had all these baseballs that we had growing up with. We had boxes of baseballs. Take them out. But our bats, I still remember that George Herman Ruth bat, and it was big. I mean, this was a bat. I mean, these weren't like bats that were, for kids. They were 36, 34, 36. I mean, they were big bats. And when I had to swing,
fat handles.
Yeah, I had to choke up like crazy because I was like, playing at 10 years old. Well, anyway, these bats, we had all kinds of great bats, players, names on them. And then they get cracked. The wood would start getting peeled off, and then we were taping them.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, that's what kids do.
They were wooden bats, man. We didn't have aluminum bats until I got into Little League.
Hiroku, man, he's on fire tonight.
What's he saying there?
I just Googled Babe Ruth's father figure and found Dan.
All right.
It's okay. He gets me with Farhan every time. Every time.
Yeah. Hey, have you guys seen my phone? Eric, do me a favor. Give me a call. Give me a call, Eric.
Oh, man. Only if you give me a call.
Give me a call. I got to show the chat this.
All right. Oh, man. What the heck are we doing?
Okay, here comes Romo coming in. There's my phone. How come I don't get the big picture, like where it blows up? Oh, if it's in the car.
I get the big picture.
You do?
I get the big picture.
Look at that, Romo. It's Farhan.
All right, now you got to call me.
I'm setting myself up.
No, this is good though. This is that was when he did the gong. I did the gong. Oh man. Oh, damn, that was great, man. Oh, I never laughed so hard.
That's pretty hilarious.
That wasn't the explosion one. That was the gong one.
How did you get that to? How did you get that to be so big though? To blow up
I
on
don't
your
know.
phone?
I just put it as your background, and it always comes up huge.
Wow.
Oh man,
That's
Farhan
crazy.
is-
What's that?
Farhan is calling Dan.
That's right. Farhan is. Oh man.
What is going on? Oh dear God. We should have been signed off like an hour, 10 minutes ago. And we're sitting here talking about some crazy shit. Thanks, Mo. Sometimes these are the best ones. Now you just got to tell the rest of the YouTube community about that, Eric, and then maybe we'll get somewhere with this thing.
That's great.
Oh man. I think hold on. Do I? Let's see if I can find that. I'm going.
Call me again.
Oh, geez. Here it comes. What is that? I can't even see what that is. It's too small. I can't see it. It's not enough.
Shoot. How come they make this? I got to work on this.
I don't know why it doesn't. Mine just blows up in the
settings. It's something. Somebody tell us this isn't settings. You're talking to a tech genius here. Okay. What is that? What do you call that? Background? Displays. Maybe it's display.
I'm trying to find when we blew your ears out. Oh my gosh, man. It was so
that
funny.
ain't it. Display. Where is it? Home screen. No. Where's your wallpaper? Maybe it's no. It's when your phone rings.
It's not the same. It's not the gong, but it's the explosion. Here we go. Oh.
Is it going to be loud?
Oh my gosh, man. Oh, here we go.
Giants need to hit some balls out of the park. Oh, jeez. Big explosion. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I don't hear it.
I don't hear it. It didn't work.
What happened?
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh, man. And then the gong didn't that didn't happen much longer after that. Oh, golly, man.
All right.
Oh, it was right here. Hold on. I just found it. This is the best one. Right? This is the best one. Oh, this is better than the explosion. This is when one of Chardall's specials here. Oh, here we hold on. I gotta share this for. Oh my gosh. This is after you guarantee to win. Here we go.
Did they win?
I think
Okay, he's ready. We're gonna bring him.
wait, no, hold on. Where was it?
Let's bring him back in.
Hold
Nice.
on. That was
There
great.
he is. Chardall, what do you got to say?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in here.
Come on, Chardall. Turn up your mic a little. We can
I
barely
can't hear a
you.
damn thing. Oh no, it's right here. I went too far. You forgot it was on loop. You put it back in and gong.
He's not
Oh my
there.
god, man.
He's not there.
Nope. Every time we bring him in, there's silence.
Man, come on, Chardall. We had you ready to go, and you weren't ready, man. I think Chardall had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, Haroku, Ricky the Dragon. He was probably one of my favorite. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Okay. Oh, he says he's ready now. He says he's ready. My mic is connected.
Oh gosh.
Okay, you done, Chardall? He's done. Okay, he's ready. We're gonna bring him.
God, we're so childish, man.
What the heck?
I don't even know why I'm laughing.
We're ready to bring him back in. He says his mic's ready. Welcome, Fly Doll. Gee. Chardall, how's it going tonight? You there?
I can't hear him. I can't hear him.
I couldn't either.
His mic's ready.
Yep, we couldn't hear him. His mic.
No,
Oh man.
Is that Los or is that
Golly, man.
who's
Killing
who? Okay. That was,
What is going on here?
no, Los is holding up. No Chardall. Bang a gong.
Oh, here it
Chardall,
comes.
are you there?
Here it comes.
The
in.
crowd is asking.
Oh, brother.
The chat is saying
Oh, Lord.
goodbye. They can't take the in and out. Goodbye, Chardall.
You take it out and you thought it was done.
Okay. All right. We gonged him out. What the hell? Hey. I turned. That thing was off.
It was
Give me another phone call. I see if I can get this thing. I work on the graphics. I'm not sure if it's gonna.
He does. He looks stuck. You got like you concussed yourself with the gong.
Oh God!
Oh my Lord!
All right, give me a call back. I want to see if this.
Oh, brother. Here we go. Oh man, that's wrong, man. That is so wrong. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Yes, Senior. He did that himself. He gonged himself. That's what was the funniest part of
I gonged myself? I thought you did.
Yeah, you gonged it.
Oh,
And then
goodness.
you thought it was done. Because remember, sometimes when you do sounds on here, sometimes you hear it and sometimes you don't. Oh, man.
I don't know why I can't get
Yeah.
you can't see that. It's not coming through.
It's not coming through very good. I can't tell, unless someone else can. I can't tell.
How can I blow it up? Anybody tell me how I can blow that up or make the whole picture come up? It comes up in my car. How do you make it come up? Like yours came up on the phone.
Yeah, mine
real
comes up.
big. What'd you do to set that?
Honestly, I don't know. I just
Incoming calls, banner, full screen. that
Yeah, Mark, we couldn't probably do that. We'd probably get a damn strike if we played that. Oh, brother. Trip down memory lane, huh?
That is awesome. Yeah, so the picture I had for you on my phone, just so you know.
Was it Kapler? I know what you did. Now I know what he did. I know what picture you put up there. Oh,
I got it. I was hoping it would come up.
I know exactly. Yeah, there you go. Good idea. We got to have an end of the year greatest hit show.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. I know what's coming. I already know. Yeah, Mark even knows. We don't need to. Oh, man. Come on.
There it is. When Romo calls, that's what comes up.
Oh, man. Oh.
Oh, man.
Dear God. Eric L. pukes. Truck. Oh, what the fuck did I just walk into? Oh, yeah, we went off the rails about an hour and 10 minutes ago or so.
Oh, gosh, this is great.
Mark, Dan, I'm worried about you.
So that's
Hey, Bobby Q. You have a good night too, brother. Bar was on earlier. If you rewind a little bit, he was on for a little bit.
Yeah. We've
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gabe looks like he's holding a fart in that picture. Oh man, one of those good vegan ones, right? Oh my gosh, Dan's up to nothing or something over there.
No.
Woo.
That is that. Oh, here's an article from the Phillies. Gabe Kapler loves fitness and analytics. Are Phillies fans ready to embrace him? 2018.
Take it easy, Rob.
That's funny. Loves.
I saw the advertisement on Twitter there, Brian. Brick by brick. I haven't got a chance to look at it. I guess I probably should take a gander. Oh my gosh. What time is the show on Friday? Well, what time do they play on Friday? I can't remember.
They play at 4 something. I got something going. We'll probably go at 9:30 because I got something going between 7 and 9. So we'll probably come on 9:30.
All right, cool. And tomorrow we'll be on at noon with Ryan Hensley talking 49ers.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep. I'm putting together that thumb as we're doing this. Truck, Dan, what drugs are they giving for back surgery nowadays? Oh man.
Oh yeah. That was hilarious though. That picture you had of me on there.
Play one more your son's Giants teams. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. I'll be looking for his video. Where was it at? Okay. Giants versus Mets. Is that the title? Videos. Giants versus Mets. Hold on. Is that just the title? It just says Giants versus Mets? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Giants versus Mets. Okay. Is it May 8th, 2021? Hensley was trying to fat the chat tonight. Tomorrow's going to be noon. We're going to be on at noon, high noon with Ryan Hensley. Los will be with us as well. But was that the right one there, Senior? Was it May 8th, 2021? No, it's the next one. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see it. Got it. Yep. I see it. 47 seconds. All right, here we go. Let's expand it. Oh, hold on. It's boom. And expand it. Here we go. Oh, man, that kid's running for it. Chucks it in. Did a relay. Oh, he's running him in. Oh, got him. That's awesome. Let's check that out again real quick here. He's running it in, watching him. He throws dirt. Check it out. The kid gets mad and he throws dirt. Ah! I love it. You're like, yeah.
Who is this?
That kid is so pissed off. Do you see that? That
Who was-
kid was pissed.
Who was that?
I think it's for Senior's son, right? Is that your son playing in there, Senior?
Cool.
Do you want to see the whole thing? Did you see the whole thing?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, his son is the catcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that infielder, he was goading the guy to keep running. He just was running him in, and the guy kept going home. And then he got mad. Did you see him throw the dirt when he got tagged out?
No, I didn't see.
Oh, watch him. Watch the kid in the blue.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll go back here. Here. He crushes it. Play. Boosh.
Looks like Babe Ruth.
I was going to say, it looks like a mini panda. He tried to truck him at home.
Oh, he's not even.
He's waiting for him. He's waiting for him. Watch the kid. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That was a good tag. Good tag.
Great tag. Oh, he's giving those arm pumps. I love it.
That's awesome.
That is great. I love it.
That
is awesome.
so cool.
He tried to that kid tried to truck him. Did you see he tried to do this Pablo Sandoval? He's like, I'm gonna run this kid over. It didn't work. You got him.
Yeah, man, that wouldn't have been good to get run over by that dude.
Oh man, that was great. I loved it. I don't know if I misspoke. It's Ryan Hensley. I think that's what I said. Isn't that what I said? I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah,
Maybe
Ryan
I said
Hensley.
something. Yeah, tomorrow at noon. And then Friday night, 9:30, we'll have post game for the first game against Atlanta. Oh, Dan, I know that face. You're doing something.
No.
You're doing something. I can totally see it. I do it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Manager.
Oh my God,
the manager of the San Francisco Giants, Mr. Universe.
This is his walk-up music. Oh my God, man. At least warn us. Oh my God.
Hey,
I knew you were doing something.
It's right in the middle of the article. Look.
Oh my God. Yeah. Sure. Right in the middle. Yeah.
inside the brilliant, baffling and utterly fascinating baseball mind of Gabe Kapler. This is the article. We are the shade, the soy. I couldn't remember what it was. I Googled.
I couldn't remember where it was, but I knew it was at that picture. Oh my God, man. What in the hell, man? Oh, you just broke my retinas.
What do we got here? I don't know. I haven't gone through the whole thing.
Gosh,
is there any more? Warning, there may be. Oh, there he is in his Phillies. 2 years. He's been here 4.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, look at this. Maybe he understands. Kapler's response when I ask about the Heyman report, must be John Heyman, what I've been told in support of Heyman report and what I've been told in support of is fittingly both well considered and emotional. Not everyone's going to like me, he says. I think that's true of anyone who makes a lot of decisions, and being in a leadership position, you can't cater to everyone. He adds, I'm a human being. I don't like hearing that. Well, that's nice. I mean, Kapler says he's been asked not to address the specifics of the situation. Oh, this was probably the thing with the Dodgers maybe or something. I don't know. Hey, I think, as I said the other day, I think Kapler, he tries to be a nice guy. I think deep down he probably is a nice guy. I just think he's a little bit full of himself a lot. And it's not so much his decisions, it's the way he kind of carries himself. As, like I said, I think genuinely he's probably a nice person. We kid around, but I'm not crazy about
I don't think
the baseball decisions. I'm not crazy about the way he responds to the media. So, and I just think the Giants would be much better off with, you're not going to get Bruce Bochy back here, but just get somebody who's more, in line with kind of similar to the rest of your ball club. Because ball players are, I guarantee you the ball players aren't running around doing food reviews and
Yeah,
doing social stuff that's trying to get attention. It's just I don't know. It just strikes me as different, and I think it's, I don't know. I mean, if he wins, if he can keep winning and he makes guys win, Dan's still talking about Kapler in a banana hammock. God, Eric, Dan, I just got off work. Y'all going late. Yeah, this is a 3-hour one, Mark.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit crazy right now.
Oh, does Mark want to see Gabe?
Oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch the last hour for comedy hour.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
It's been fun though.
Yeah. So Cap reminds me of Mr. Wonderful character. Doesn't wonderful. Don't try to be like me. You can never be me. Yeah. So I don't know. Heck, when Gabe makes good decisions, I say it. I think he made a great decision last night, getting tossed out of the game. They won. No, no. I mean, he's made some good decisions this year that's helped them win ball games. In calling, especially a couple times, he called like safety squeezes, and the Giants scored both times, and it was part of their rally when they were winning, like in that 10-game winning streak.
Yep.
Yeah. But, also manager can only do so much with what he's given. So Farhan hasn't given him a ton to work with when it comes to the construction, and they've had to kind of do a lot of put Band-Aids in place and bring up guys that were sparks, but, weren't ready for full-time in the major leagues. So I just hope these guys will close with this. I hope the guys like Schmidt and Luciano and Ramos and Meckler and Von Braun and who else has come up? Matos. I just hope a few of these guys, hopefully all of them, but hopefully at least 3 of them can be, what, like guys like the Orioles with Rutschman and Hunter, not drawing a blank, the third baseman or shortstop, Henderson. What's his name? For the Orioles?
Oh yeah, Gunnar
Henderson, yeah. Guys like that, or De La Cruz and McLean, and that the Giants actually get some rookies that actually stick and can play every day. Because if they can't do that, then it's just going to be rough for years. They have to. Their guys have to develop and become really good all-star caliber, guys. I mean, Panda made an all-star. Posey was a perennial all-star. Crawford made a couple. Belt made 1 or 2. Panic made 1. They got to make, they got to have somebody that makes all-star team regularly. And the rest of the guys got to be playing at above average and occasionally make an all-star team, right?
Yep.
And then they're pitching with Wisenhunt and Webb and Harrison and maybe Reggie Crawford and a couple other guys. Maybe they got to come up and be, really good quality top starting pitchers. And they can do what they did again, from 10 to 16, where they made, 4 playoff runs, 3 World Series titles. That's what the Giants need to do. So I'm hoping, this crop and then the guys they drafted, that's where they have to get to. And I worry about them being able to do it in this
with this organization, yeah,
that doesn't, just play them every day. So anyway, it's been fun. Oh man, what do we close with?
What do we close with?
I don't know.
I
What
think
do
I
we
know what we
close
can
with,
close
guys?
with. Hold on one.
What do you got? What do you got?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta figure this one out. Hold on 1 second. You're gonna love this. You're gonna like this. You just
All
gotta
right.
give me just a couple of more minutes if you want to try to drag this out.
All right, everybody. What's everybody got in the chat? Senior soft, the Giants relay play. I love Patrick Bailey, Tyler Burbeck. I love Patrick Bailey. He's definitely an all-star. Yeah, that's right. Trock talks, please not Kapler nude. What is Eric coming up with?
Oh man,
Come on, Eric. What are you coming up with?
it's something really good.
Don't do something.
No.
crazy.
Oh man.
How long you got?
Here, I'll do it right now. I could add some finishing touches.
There you go. Oh, come on, Eric.
Uh,
What are you doing? Why did you do that again, man?
Here we go.
He didn't even. He's acting like he's not even looking.
Oh,
Come on, get that off, Eric.
Where's it
Can
at?
you stop that? I'm going to close that out, man. I'm going to hit. Can you stop the screen?
What happened?
There you
What
go.
are you doing?
Why'd you put that up?
You like that? Hold on. Where's it at now? Hold on.
You just had it.
Where did I just put it? Right there. There it is.
You better not be photoshopping me. Somebody said you're photoshopping me. You better not be. I don't know how to do that. Dusty Bill says he's photoshopping.
I gotta do some more adding to this, but
It's
and you've been
obvious,
hitting the
man.
gym. You've
That
been hitting
white
the gym.
neck, man. That white neck. Look at that.
Yeah, the white neck. That's what kind of messed it up. I didn't have time though. You're wrapping it up. I'm like, God, I gotta get this done.
Oh, you've been working on that. Oh, gosh. Look
Oh
at
man, this will be Eric's last show. Ah, Dad, Dusty Goat, you're the man, Danny.
It's raining in Davis. Oh, here's Chardal. Hey,
Oh wow, raining.
we could really kill this show and bring in
Oh dear God, man.
should we kill it at the end with I mean Chardal really this is what Chardal really likes. He likes this. Look at
Oh my God. Oh.
Oh no, look at Chardal. Come on. Chardal.
Oh.
Look what Chardal just said.
Eric's Photoshop is just as good as the Giants hitting with runners in scoring position. Oh man, I couldn't get rid of the neck in time. Oh, what is going on, dude?
Truck is.
Come on now.
Wait, Truck
Dear
is.
God.
Truck is like, what the heck? What?
Let's get rid of that.
Truck says.
WTF.
Oh no, Chardal! Come on, we have to ban Chardal. Look what
Yeah.
he put in there.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Oh my goodness! I almost hit in broadcast. I hit the screen.
That would have been perfect. The way that this show's going, that would have been perfect. Oh, jeez, man.
I was tempted.
I can't believe we still got 63 people in here.
People, it was comedy hour. Let's wrap it up with give Chardal his 3 minutes of fame.
Oh, brother, you know it's never 3 minutes.
It's 5 minutes because I'm not staying past 11:30. I'm going.
Oh,
by the time he gets in here,
gosh.
this is one of the. Let's see how we do if we hold steady at 62. If Chardal pops in here and it goes down below 50, all of 40s, man, we'll be like, okay, Chardal can't come back in again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Well, the link is out there. Oh, Mark timed them out.
What?
Oh, Mark had timed him out.
You mean he's not? He timed him out already?
Yeah, he already timed him out. That's what Mark says. I timed him out.
He didn't
I
want
put
to
the
deal
link
with
up.
him.
Oh, he got in here.
He made in. He snuck in time.
He made it. Oh, without further ado, welcome to the show. Fly Doll.
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen?
Welcome,
Minutes
Shardall.
into this damn thing.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I said that inappropriate comment. I'm just bringing some comedy here.
Okay, yeah. You talking about it in the chat there?
Yeah, in the chat.
Well, we didn't post it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Eric.
What's up?
This Giants loss was absolutely sickening.
Very good. Yes, Shardall. It was very.
It was sickening. I couldn't even watch the game anymore.
Come on, let's hear some more emotion. How do you really feel about it?
This team is the worst effing team I've ever watched.
I like it. There's some passion there. What did you think of Kapler pulling Meckler after he said he doesn't mind him hitting against lefties?
That was the worst decision Kapler's ever made.
Very good. Okay. Good job, Shardall.
Fire Farthon and fire Kapler.
There we go. File Farharm and fire Krapler. Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, we got someone else in here. We got a file in here.
Hey,
obviously,
Dan.
we've been having a little crazy time having some fun, but we're
Eric,
we're just,
all the members on the San Francisco Giants are working the damn circus. They don't belong. They don't belong on the Giants.
Well, I'm not going to go after the players. I'm just going after the people who are running the organization.
Hey, we got Kyle Harrison in the green room?
No. No, it's McKiernan.
Hey, Eric.
Unite the clans. Unite them.
It says
DFA.
Okay. I saw Kyle and I had to put my glasses on. I thought it said Harrison from here. Okay.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
The San Francisco Giants should DFA Austin Slater because he absolutely sucks. He's absolutely the worst player on the team.
Right now he is.
He sucks.
Right now he is. He's bad.
They pinched it. Wait, they put Austin Slater to pinch it for Meckler.
Yeah,
what's wrong with
in and out?
What the hell's wrong with Austin Slater? I thought he's the best player on the Giants. Why are people throwing shade on Austin Slater?
Yeah.
Well, because he's been sucking. That's why.
Hey, Shardall, we're gonna let you go. We only got a few minutes
Dan,
before we wrap up the show.
Hey, Dan and Eric, thanks for having me on the NorCal Sports Network. I'll join you. I'll look forward to joining you on another Giants post-game show.
Sounds
awesome.
Good. Thanks,
awesome,
Shardall.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, gentlemen.
All right. Very good.
All right, and
Shardall, bring in Kyle McKiernan. Bring him in.
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Hey, I'm gonna wrap this up quick because you guys are tired. You've done it. This is a long one.
Wait a minute. You don't have a Speedo on or anything in there, do you?
I have two.
We're not going to see Kapler in live here. Okay.
One's front and one's backwards. How do you feel about that, guys? No, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I'm the one that's kind of chimed in a little bit here and there about the 1962 World Series baseball I have.
Yeah.
You got the ball.
That's right. You're the one with the ball.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys go, but maybe soon we can. My dad's still around, but he gave me that ball, and we can talk about it on a different show. But
that's fantastic.
I've moved around a lot, and I'm like, you know what, Dad? Keep this in your closet. Like, if this thing goes, like, if someone were to break in, if that ball is gone. So, I'll go get the ball, and maybe we can talk a little bit. But I listen to you guys every night, and good show, and
appreciate it.
Yeah, my vision's a little weird. Like, I'm tired of looking at thongs. Thanks, guys.
Blame Dan. Blame
Yeah.
Dan.
No,
Nothing
both
to
you
do
guys.
with
Just, just some
All right.
comedy. Just some comedy.
I know you guys are
All
tired,
right.
so I'll try and jump in maybe, whenever, and I'll get the ball and we can talk after a game or something a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we could get into some baseball memories. Yeah, I would really like that.
Yeah, everybody's on the ball. Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, everybody. So I can talk a little bit of history about the ball and all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'd love to
Awesome,
hear that.
Kyle. Hey,
All right.
we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
All right.
Let,
You guys
let
have a
us
good
know when
night.
you can come in. All right. You too, Kyle. We'll
Have a
see
good night.
you. All right.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Let's wrap her up. Kyle McCarran. All right, everybody. Been fun tonight. We had a little fun just playing around. We're serious when it comes to sports and the Giants. But
yeah, we lost seriousness about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we lost some seriousness in the last hour and a half. So, yeah. So anyway, we might have to. I don't know. Get that part out there. Anyway,
woo!
We will be back tomorrow afternoon at noon for a special
49ers.
49ers. We'll be talking 49ers at noon with Losty, myself, Eric, and our guest, Ryan Hensley. So look for that. Look for the thumbnail. Should be coming out tomorrow morning sometime. And maybe even later tonight, we might put it.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking about putting it up tonight. We'll see.
Yeah. And we will be back again tomorrow afternoon at noon. And then Friday, Giants take on the Atlanta Braves. Game time roughly somewhere a little after 4 o'clock, I think. I don't know the exact start time. I can look it up here. I think it's like 4:10.
And it's Cobb versus Strider, right?
Yes. It is game time is 4:20, and it is Strider now. It's to be determined. I think ESPN had it at Cobb. That may change. Let me look real quick here just to give you an update on that. Yeah, they're showing probable Cobb versus Strider. So that game will end about 7 o'clock, but we will not come on until about 9:30 on Friday night. Until tomorrow, you guys have a great night, and it's arrivederci, ciao.
Woo!